Oh, what's going on? Oh, can I turn the recording?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So last time, the Bloodveil Plague continued to strengthen its devastating grip on Corvosa, and the party found themselves embroiled in somewhat of a new crisis as Barra Walker was approached by a were-rat named Erie's Yellow Eyes, seeking his aid. The dire news was that a radical faction of were-rats, led by the revolutionary Gearig's Ripper Claws, planned to exploit the chaos caused by the plague to launch an uprising. Recognizing the potential harm to both innocent humans and were-rats, Barrow took immediate action, rallying the party, and they initiated a mission to track down and confront Gearig's and his followers. The urgency of the situation became even clearer as they were able to delve into the expansive sewer system and into the hidden were-rat sewer den. Meanwhile, and as the rest of the party members were figuring out the location of the were-rats, Kier seized his business opportunity and managed to sell his shipment of Zerk to House Arcona. And then, after having found the were-rats in the sewer den, Vic began negotiations with Gearig's, and he managed to prevent an immediate were-rat uprising by willingly subjecting himself to were-rat lycanthropy. And in return, Gearig's halted his planned attack for now. If there's not anything else, I think that's it, right?
Yeah, last I remember, he just came out there with a bite that we don't know about.
He's just like, why am I itching? Slightly before.
Well,
I think you mentioned.
He also agreed that we'd try and relocate him.
Kenneth, I couldn't hear what you were trying to say. You're real quiet for me.
I was just saying that there was I was listening back to it before the game, and there was mention that they had Zerk on them. That I noticed it.
Yes, that's correct.
So, as we're leaving, probably mention to Vic to ask them about that when he next goes to see them. I'm curious who they're getting that from. It's that combat enhancement drug.
Didn't one of us betray the I can't remember what the audiog basically said, we'll get you out after the fight, and there was no fight, so we just left.
Yeah,
we all did.
Yeah, but he's an audiog, so fuck him.
Fuck him. He eats shit. Literally. All right, so I guess first things first, we are ending a night on a full moon there for Vic.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe you need to make me a will save. Unless you physically restrain yourself, in which case you automatically pass.
Yeah, I don't think he would know that or think about it coming on that fast, so here we go.
So what happens when a were-rat rampages through the Bank of Abadar?
Shit everywhere.
Takes all the cheese.
Rubs his balls on everything.
Well, I mean, I'm saying ways in were-rat form, though.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
So,
that was
everybody's cheddar.
You go to sleep in your room. I forgot. Did you say that you have a room at the bank or that you rent somewhere else?
Yes. So
which one?
He has the space that was his father's, but he hasn't been sleeping there lately. He's been staying at the bank because it kind of makes him sad.
Now I remember. Okay. So with that roll, you go to sleep that night, Vic, and you wake up the next night naked, for one, and for two, you're back in the sewers, and your breath kind of smells.
Smells like what?
Only
You
can
don't want
guess.
to know.
Well, he's going to start looking around and see if he can piece together some clothing. See if he sees any other of the sewer denizens that he could bum a piece of clothing off of. Does he know where in the sewers he is?
You don't know the inside of the sewers by heart, but it's probably not that hard to find an exit somewhere.
I don't want to exit yet. He wants to go looking for the were-rats.
Okay, yeah, then over the course of the day, you can definitely navigate your way to the were-rat sewer den.
He would apologize for the intrusion and ask if they could share some clothes so that he could make it back up. And he would ask for some advice and what should he expect? And when does it happen? And can he come down here, etc.?
Yeah, you'd basically be given the full rundown. Every full moon, there is a chance that you can lose control, but over your many times transforming, you will start to gain control of it, and you'll start to notice differences in your abilities as you become more naturalized into the form.
Okay. So was that the last full moon of the cycle?
That was, yes.
So I have 30 days? 28? Does it work off the same cycle here? And
I would have to. I'm pretty sure it does, but it has the cycles of the moon on the calendar.
Yeah.
So as we go forward, it should be pretty simple.
gotcha.
Depending. Could technically also be a full moon tomorrow night, because...
Shut up, Kevin.
Full moons do last for 3 nights.
Not here. It's 1, 2,
I'm basically seeing
4,
19.
5.
No, you're getting the waxing and wanings confused. This one's got a little wedge on it, so if this is...
Okay, yeah, I see that wedge now. No more rat antics for you for a month.
What are you talking about? I just drank myself into oblivion. I had no idea what happened. It's not the first time I've wound up in the sewer. It is the first time I've wound up in the sewer naked.
You don't need to
How
say
often do
this.
you go down to the sewer?
I don't know. How often do I wind up or wake up there?
Usually it's the sewers or naked, never both.
Yeah.
Vic's gonna go get a drink. A terrible wake up.
Look, sometimes as a dwarf, you just feel the need to be surrounded by stone and darkness.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you go down to the pub, you have one too many, wake up the next morning naked and circumcised.
What?
All right. So once you get your stuff, where are you going from there, Vic?
I guess up to the surface. He's gonna head back to his father's house and get cleaned up before he heads back to the bank.
Okay. Before we join you back at the bank, there's not too much going on today. What's everyone else going to be doing for today? I still need to go through Pathfinder 2nd Edition and convert those downtime
Yeah,
rules over here.
they're pretty handy.
I'll probably have it done by next session.
I've got some shopping I actually want to do. I was wanting to originally go see Thousand Bones in the Shwanti camp. Then I remembered that they're in the Thief camp outside of the city, and we're currently on plague rules, so probably now's not a good time. So
Where are we at our mission or our objective to get to the bottom of the plague?
currently nothing. That's why I was buying supplies. I'm looking for a silver dagger, perhaps 2, depending on how much they are. I don't remember what the price of a silver weapon is.
Not too much.
Shouldn't be too hard to find. Special materials.
Because I see silver sheen.
The silver alchemical.
I think that's pretty much what silver weapons are made out of.
I don't see just silver. I see silver alchemical, which seems
That's
to be-
basically the same thing. In
Yeah.
this system.
That's the alloy they use to make the
Yeah.
weapons.
It's kind of annoying.
So
Let me scroll to that.
yeah, you can do either silver sheen or alchemical silver.
Well, alchemical silver is a silver weapon, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just basically saying it's not all silver, but yeah, it's like a coating over the weapon of silver, basically.
I feel like we're splitting hairs now.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that better than silver sheen, because silver sheen is plus 750 gold, and alchemical silver is plus 20 for a light weapon.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
do
yeah,
that
yeah.
one. Kind of weird that it's okay. Well, at least it's just a -1 to
Yeah,
damage.
the silver sheen just gives you some more bonuses against. So I see already. So rusting, rust monsters don't work
Yeah.
against it.
And
Yeah.
like I think what he said, like the alchemical ones have a reduction of damage, doesn't it? He said.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, yeah. So what it seems to be is that silver sheen. These almost seem like they should be flipped by what they're named.
Mhm.
Silver sheen seems to be like a solid silver weapon. Alchemical silver is a silver coating, I think. Because it said blades made with a special material count as alchemical silver and are immune to rust, blah, 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 blah. And then this one is a complex process involving metallurgy and alchemy can bond silver to a weapon, blah, blah, blah. This, just with the names, you'd think those be flipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Silver sheen. But
Whatever
whatever.
happened to just a silver weapon?
I know that is something that's bugged me about Pathfinder since day one. They don't just have a flat silver weapon like in other RPGs.
I guess the silver sheen is the equivalent of the flat.
Yeah.
silver?
So that's what I'll do. So would I have any trouble finding like 2 alchemical silver daggers?
Give me a knowledge local roll.
Sure.
Just because we're doing a bit of a plague right now.
15?
It's all about who you know. 15, you can find someone. You know a blacksmith. You know a guy.
Yeah.
He's made you shovels for years.
Oh god, he's gonna show up with a silver shovel, and that's gonna
And
that's gonna be a superhero name.
Special Pharasman shovels made of silver for when you need to bonk the.
So you joke, but that's probably not the worst idea.
No, it's not.
I think we also need
Oh,
to.
came back as a vampire. Silver to the head.
So yeah, you're able to find it for the. What weapon are you looking for?
Just daggers. Pretty
Dagger,
small
so it would
stuff.
just be a plus 20 gold piece cost.
Okay, cool. So that would be 44 for 2.
I think we need to re-up on some immune to disease spells. Let me see.
An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see how much I had left. I had 48 the last day, so I think I have a day left of mine. So you have the extend rod, I think you said, right? For 3
Yep.
people.
Yep.
Rod. Yes, I get the joke.
So I've got 2 castings of Delay Disease.
Well, 3 of us should already have it for 24 hours left.
Right.
So that means 2 of you would use 2 charges of that to get to 48, and then the next day we would use 3 charges for 3 of us again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
So-
we were gonna do 1 each, Loki. So
Okay. Works for
you
me.
pop 1 and I'll pop 1.
We get together in the morning to exchange the rod.
hmm
Don't like that.
That's why I said it like that.
Hey, bro, you want to exchange rods?
Here, just grab it
No.
for me.
Do you know
Yeah.
what docking is by chance?
No, no.
Oh no!
I don't want to.
Don't worry, it's just something that chimpanzees do.
It's when you
Alright.
park a ship into a smaller ship. Or into a larger
Yeah.
Let's just play swords.
ship. Okay. What are you doing, Merrick?
Beyond gain the everybody top or the whole Delay Disease thing. Trying to figure out where to go next for our main mission. I think in the meantime he's probably just going to be working on training with his hippogriff.
Fair.
Continue to try to build that bond.
Give me a handle animal check.
Now I hear a shared secret is a great way to form a bond, so perhaps you and your hippogriff should murder someone and cover it up.
Okay.
I mean, that's how we all became friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
That's how
Okay.
this works.
So it doesn't kick you in the chest this time.
Hell yeah.
Just in the ass.
I mean, that's just bonding.
Yeah, you
Good
can tell
game.
it's definitely still a little standoffish, given, it's changed locations, it's not around any hippogriffs anymore. But you are definitely growing your bond with the animal. Luca, what's your thing today? What are you doing?
Largely a lot of the stuff that he normally does, checking in on his family, training, preparing for the ritual. Other than that, the only thing he would probably do is he'd probably check in with the Soldado family and ask Grau if he knows of anybody who has seen anything going on with the quarantine hospital that's been going on with the sisters and stuff. Since I know that's our biggest lead right now is that direction anyway, and he's just curious if he's heard anything about that from his friends.
Okay, repeat your question.
You know that place that is where they're quarantining everybody?
Yes.
He's basically asking Grau if he has any connections to anybody who might have heard, if there's anyone's left there since they've been brought in, if anyone knows what's going on inside, or does he know anybody who's been inside? So basically trying to gather information without having to ask just random passerbys on the street.
Okay.
Since he seems like an everyday guy who probably has friends.
Yeah. Give me a knowledge local or another role if you think it could apply.
I mean, I can use a knowledge local. I don't have too bad of that. I don't think I have anything else that applies. I'm not intimidated him, so that won't work. Nope. 12.
He tells you that the big, myth about it, of course, is that it's scary and they take people away from their families, and once you go in, you never come out. But he does go to mention that the plague normally kills people anyways. So if they're just trying to treat the plague itself, it's not that weird. if they're being ineffective, it's not that weird that people aren't coming back out.
Yeah.
Because you die in 7 days anyways, and no one else has got a cure.
And
Yeah.
VHS tapes.
But many people suspect that it might be, more reasonable people suspect that it might be more of a containment quarantine situation than an actual attempt to cure the people inside.
Gotcha. Well, that's all I got. I don't think you really do anything other than that. Yeah, I got nothing.
All right. So I see here there. Gonna craft some anti-plague. Try to do your part
Yeah.
a little bit.
Like I said, I've had the front of the house doing that as the legitimate operations. And I was wanting to try and secure a stockpile of ingredients. Use connections, such, from being a professional.
Yeah, go ahead and give me your profession apothecary.
25.
Okay. Do you have anything in particular that you're looking for, or just?
Yeah, like I said, trying to keep the production line in stock for materials for anti-plague.
Oh yeah, definitely. Then you can find. You know the right people. You've been in the business way before this shop was ever open, so you're able to go to your long-standing contacts, and they'll do business with you even while this plague is going on.
It's mostly for RP purposes, but just to have something for him to do. I kind of figure, actually crafting stuff officially costs a third, but I figure if we want to pick up any, maybe half, because I'm having an NPC craft it into my employ. So they got to get paid too.
Yep. Okay. We go back to Vic. Vic, you arrive back at the Bank of Abadar after getting all of your stuff situated. Where do you go first? Do you go to your personal quarters? Do you go to the office where your underling usually is, Leopo?
I'm gonna go to my personal quarters to see if I can't figure out what the hell happened.
Yeah, and once you go in there, it's pretty easy enough to find next to your bed your gear. All the gear that you had lost is there waiting for you, which you had apparently ripped off in a frantic manner after you had fallen asleep.
Pretty tough first night. He's gonna go through everything, make sure it's okay, clean it up, switch out belts, whatever he's destroyed, and
Yep.
put on new ones, and casually, discreetly head out to head over to the office cubicle.
All right. As you approach the cubicle, you hear an unfamiliar voice saying, Killjoy's coming. Killjoy's coming. I smell him. He's coming. Killjoy's coming.
Killjoy. We'll keep walking.
All right. Do you get up to the office door? And presuming that you open it, you see Leopo sitting there at his station like he usually is. And you recognize that the voice you were hearing is coming from his rat.
Oh, son of a bitch.
He taught it to rat you out.
How's the progress? He's going to bluff as if he can't understand the rat. But what he wants to know now is, can Leopo understand the rat? And so he's going to enter into a conversation with Leopo, just the normal things he would normally do, and see if the rat starts talking at any point, and if it's intelligible, and if Leopo understands it.
Okay. I guess that would be a perception then.
All right. Gonna throw my studied target on there. I feel like he would have had time to study him during this interaction.
Um,
29
over the course of the conversation with Leopo, you at least get the sense that he's acknowledging the rat. You don't know if he's necessarily understanding the words or if maybe it's a wild empathy situation, but yeah.
All right. And do I bluff well that I don't appear to know the rat? Do you want me to roll?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a roll. Oh, yeah, you're good.
Yeah, bitch, I don't speak ratties. All right, he's gonna take this information, throw it around in his head, and get the hell out of here. He needs a drink again. He's never been a drinker, but this is driving it.
I mean, what's the worst that rat could do, Cope? It's only going to live for about another 2 years tops.
In the meantime, he'll know all your secrets.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a pocket-sized mate.
Okay. So, if no one has anything else they want to do for today, then we can just move it on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I've got 2 uses of delay disease that I'll use. And we'll probably all just meet up and touch base every day.
Yeah.
At the very least, if there's been anything new and to hand out, refresh the booster shots.
Diseases.
Yep, Vic shows up and he's like, "Yep, everything's perfectly normal on my end."
Everyone touch the rod now.
Nothing weird happened.
Nope.
Sees the
Only
rod
weird
and
if
just
you're
starts
not
flashing back.
touching it.
Notices the hair on his palm that's always there, but tries to hide it.
I think I've thought of an idea that could help a great many people,
No?
but need to test some things out.
Speaking of, is there anything else we need to do as far as, seems like where we went was a dead end as far as finding the source of this plague?
Well,
And then
Right.
maybe a gentleman checked back in with, what was her name?
Cressida Craw.
Cressida Cross, yes.
I could definitely use a pair of eyes outside the city to help me scout out an area for the were-rats to move to. I did promise we'd help them get out of the city if they didn't attack.
The city is also currently on lockdown due to the Blood Veil outbreak.
Yeah, that could pose a problem, couldn't it?
Yeah, I don't remember out of character. How did we get back in once it all started? Did we use like a rowboat?
Well, getting in was easy because we were going into the plague area, not trying to leave with the plague.
You guys also had to pull some strings with a
Mm.
guard that
I knew.
Luca knew.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Sergeant Growl Warscar, who was down here in the characters, was the one who let you back in.
You may have to delay your search, Vic, till after the Blood Veil situation is resolved.
Or just resort to maps in the time being.
That's true. I guess our local library has a good source of maps.
First time
Cracks
Cope ever
knuckles.
initiated library RP.
Library RP.
Oh, brother.
As far as figuring out what's going on with the disease. Does anyone have, maybe we could have someone scout out and hear if there's any rumors about people being cured from the disease that don't seem to line up for being able to afford to pay for magical means. Maybe there's something going on in town that we might be able to pick up some kind of rumors. Whether it's true or not, it might lead to something. I'm
Yeah,
just not
sounds
very
good
good
to
at
me.
I'm just not very good at talking to people without yelling at them.
I could try my luck at healing another person. It's never going to keep up with the influx, but if I could at least help out here or there.
So, Luca, are you afraid that there are rogue agents giving out healing for less than
no.
market rates?
Now is not the time, but I mean that maybe there might be a method of curing this that someone might stumble upon on accident that they don't realize how lucky they are. So if we can get some rumors about that, we can lead to figuring out what might prevent or delay the disease at the very least. But again, talking to people, it's rough.
How many days has it been since the plague first took root?
It's been like what, a week, or at least a week, since some people already died from it. So
I would have to go back and count up the days, but I think it's been at least 2 weeks since the plague started.
yeah.
Okay.
So by now, if there is someone that might have stumbled upon something that might have delayed something or something, they might have found it. But it's a long shot, but I don't really have any other ideas.
Yeah.
Like if you direct me to something I can hit or yell at, I'm your guy. But
I guess I should send this to you now, Cope. That was the effect of your first were-rat manifestation, which is your lycanthropic empathy. I'll put it in the chat.
That being the ability to understand rats.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is a filthy city too. It's like 1,000 new voices
I'm gonna hear
everywhere.
so many people talking. Oh, he is going to become an alcoholic.
There you go. I just sent it to you.
You're in the pub. You're drinking your ale. A rat crawls up on table. Rough day, buddy.
Yeah, man. Pull up a chair. Wait. Go away.
And
Yes,
your
sir,
current
no, you just-
manifestation level is 1. Yeah.
oh, you're doing
Oh,
the
you
rules
put
of
it in
lycanthropic
Skype.
progression now, aren't you? That's gonna be
Got
fun.
It's a fun way to be able to regulate it without needing to dip into the shifter class.
Mm-hmm.
Besides, rat shifters are kind of ass. Oh, I take on the aspect. It's like I take on the visual aspect of a rat and get a +2 to sleight of hand. Yeah, because the fact that I turn into a were-rat isn't going to tip people off to me picking their pockets.
Right.
So if we're ending on that meeting there, we can jump into tomorrow.
Well, we're gonna meet with Krista Croft and get her up to speed.
That's more like something you'd have to do tomorrow, since you guys have already
Okay.
done everything the day before you guys met.
Okay.
This was Plague Rod and Dagger Shopping Day.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We're still on that day. I thought we were on the next
Yeah.
day after that.
Now we're on the next day after that.
Gotcha.
Okay. So this was the 2 uses from me and 1 from Cope to cover 3 people.
This is the 3-day.
The 20th Ars Oath Day.
The 20th of Arodas. So starting out the day, I guess we'll start with Vic again. What are you doing for today, Vic?
Vic is going to I don't know if I can do two things. If I can head to the library and also when he goes to eat lunch and when he goes to eat dinner, see if he can talk some people up and listen for clues to anyone who has miraculously thwarted the plague through some homegrown wives' tale remedy that they've come up
He's
with.
taking my idea and using it
All
to
right.
police the church.
Yes.
You can give me a diplomacy, or you can give me a knowledge local, or something else if you want to suggest it.
Right. Can he do both? Can he do the library RP and the start on some
Yeah. So what are
library
you trying to do at
research
the
and
library?
At the library, he wants to first. I imagine this is going to be multiple days at the library. He wants to look at just geographical maps to look for particular areas that would make sense for the were-rats. Then he wants to look at ownership deeds to see if anybody owns these areas, and come up with a few different ones. And I don't know what role that would be.
Geography?
Knowledge library?
I mean, that sounds like geography to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna have a map, so I'm thinking, do I even need you to roll?
I mean, you still have to read the map. I think using like a map would be considered like a tool. So wouldn't it be like a +2 or +4, depending on the quality of it, to the roll?
I mean, but the question is, how far are you thinking about moving them? What's the locality here? 'Cause right now,
Pretty close. I mean, within a. That's a good question. I mean, they don't want to be right next to the city anymore. So I would look for an unsettled area, like I promised them, where they could have their own run of the surface area. Don't have to live underground. Don't have to hide.
so to the north, there's the Cinterlands, which are an untamed wild full of large and dangerous animals that that is largely what Corvosa's walls are put up to defend against.
Yeah.
And then to the east are the Holds of Belchkin, which are where the orcs live.
Okay.
So that's the land of orcs and dinosaurs, if you want to send them there. And then to the west, you have many more human cities, places like Magnamar, places like Sandpoint, dispersed across large sections of goblin-infested wood. And to the south, you have water.
Well, we could just get a big boat, right?
Yeah, let's put
I mean,
the rat
rats on
people
a
from
boat.
a plague city on a boat and send them
Mhm.
somewhere
Yeah,
else.
just let them go.
I
They can
think we had
swim.
that joke last time.
Yes, we did,
Okay.
because it's continually a bad idea.
Consciously ignoring a joke because we made too many Nazi jokes, but okay. Sending all the minorities away on a boat.
Hey, I was making a Black Plague joke, I'll have you know,
Mhm.
sir.
Yeah, plague rats on a boat. That's bubonic
Yeah,
plague, man.
yeah, I was doing a Black Plague thing.
He means bubonic plague.
Yeah, just send all the were-rats on the boat. Just send all the were-rats, and Canada will take them, right?
Oh, well done, Cope. Well done.
Thank you.
Anyways,
I'm just gonna have my character show up with a bag of carrots that's getting old and warm, and you'll go nuts.
so that's basically what you're surrounded by. And Matt, those are like, that's a pretty wide range.
Yeah, those are far away. Is there anything within like a day's travel that I roll a knowledge history to know of an area that just for some reason wasn't habitable by humans? Maybe it had, seasonal flooding or something that just makes it unappealing or too rocky to grow, crops in.
Regular natural disasters or anything, Just
Fires
really want to
that
go in the
spring
best spot
up
I can
from the
find them.
sands, quicksand,
Um,
rodents of unusual size.
that is probably something you'd have to acknowledge geography for.
All right. Can I get a +2 to this for using the library?
Yeah, go on and give yourself +2.
So 20.
20. Well, you know that in the immediate surrounding area, there are less attacks from monsters because of the proximity to Corvosa, like in its holdings outside, as far as Harse, which is where you took. Well, you didn't take her all the way to Harse, but you took her like halfway there and then brought Trinia to that one guy who took her to Harse, which is like a town that's one of Corvosa's holdings. But even those aren't necessarily always safe, because if you remember at the beginning of the campaign, Leopo came from one of those holdings that had been savagely destroyed by Ashwing gargoyles.
So what you're saying is, with close to Corvosa, it's a little bit less wild than those very, very wild force bases you gave me.
Yes, largely because of
Okay.
the Sable Company's presence, who do routes and scouting missions and patrols around the area.
Okay. All right, that was a lot. Do you still want to let me roll on diplomacy for picking up rumors during lunch and dinner?
Yeah, go ahead and roll diplomacy as well.
Okay. I didn't add any bonuses in there since I'm not interrogating anybody individually.
Okay. So you hear of a woman who works at a perfume shop, and on the streets, it is being said that she has concocted an alchemical cure for Bloodveil, and that it is, in fact, cheap enough that the everyday Corvosan can partake.
Here, quick, firebomb the competition.
Much more, he has said that Lavender's luxuriant liniment, which is what she calls the concoction, can do much more than just cure Bloodveil. It can cure aching joints, tired feet, sore hands, and throbbing heads as well.
How's it do on baldness?
They never said it, but I heard that if you rub it on your scalp real good, it can bring back those pesky patches of hair.
I'll take
It's
two.
known for being able to take the pain out of cuts, burns, bruises, and blemishes, and smells like chastity, confidence, and respectability. It tastes
does
like
not-
honey dewdrops over snowed clouds, and most miraculously, though, Lavender's luxurious liniment dispels blisters, minimizes swellings, and calms the complexion, and erases all symptoms of the common Bloodveil complaint.
Jake, this sounds legit. You should take him up on the offer.
Can I invest in your company?
On the bottom of the screen, we just see the flashing text. It does nothing for libido.
And then you look down at the man you're talking to, and you see he's got a little name tag, and you see that he works for Lavender and Vindra, which is the name of the shop.
All right, I'll pass that on. Nothing about the guy who told me the information to Luca.
Well, you're a smart man. I'm sure you'll figure out if it's valid or not. He says as he's getting ready,
I get.
today's my visitation day with my daughter. You'll excuse me.
Luca
Oh,
kicks open
well,
the doors.
I
I
was
hear
trying
you
to
have
give you
something that can
somebody
help
to-
air.
was trying to give you somebody to hit like you asked for, but if you'd rather go see your daughter, that's fine.
Don't worry, Vic. Hitting people is a close second. Pats him on the shoulders. He's like leaving.
All right. But with that, let's go on to Barrow. What are you doing today?
Barrow still is a firm believer that this cult of Urgatho is behind the plague. He doesn't have any good leads to sync them out, and he's been at this vigilante game long enough to know that just hanging around the bad part of town and grabbing pickpockets and laying into them saying, "Where's the cult?" isn't going to get him very far. So I think what he is going to do is, I doubt he would have access to this as like a graveyard keeper, but if he might slip in there in vigilante, is that the Church of Pharasma, big time enemies of Urgathoa.
Mm-hmm.
So if I can look at any of their documentation just to like learn about like common like symbols or practices or patterns that any of their inquisitors have seen in the past. I don't expect this like out of character to be like a big lead, but if this could score me like a +2 for some stuff in the future, that would be super.
Yeah, just mark it down on your sheet so that you're able to remind me.
Okay. Not need to roll or anything? Sounds good to me.
I'll give you a +2 on the roll
Okay.
whenever you do it.
Sounds good to me.
All right, Merrick.
I think he'll speak with Luca and see if the two of them should go check in with Cressida Croft and, probably report in. And she should probably notice the lack of were-rat uprising, but might be good to point out that,
I mean, didn't we
Very
get the
important.
rumors from her about the where the rare rats were? Because like that was where like weaponry was disappearing and stuff.
I believe so.
Yeah. I mean, I could make a
Right.
stop by there that day.
Yeah, Merrick will go with you. I think he'll be wanting to
Well,
get
I
out
hope so.
and
It's
about,
your
but-
idea.
Right.
We should go check in with Cressida Croft. Yes, we should. All right, good luck with that. Wait a minute, what?
At this point, Luca and Merrick are just into the kitchen having the bachelor breakfast. I'm eating the end pieces of the bread. I let you have the cheese today.
Yay. All the
Luca
good
is not
food's going
taking
to
care of
Hippogriff.
himself in the absence of his wife and child.
The bird horse is just spraying hot piss on your shoes.
No, we lock him up. He's
Merrick's
he's
never
kennel
learned
trained.
to cook because he's always been feed from the Sable Company canteen. But
I
Yeah, so
imagine
I
in
think-
this day and age, a lot of people in a city this large don't cook for themselves.
They probably have like that one pot that they just keep adding shit to all the time.
Well,
Another-
forever stew.
Yeah. Just the whole place just smells of turnips.
Well, in those poor shanty areas, the local location that can keep that pot of ever-going soup going is pretty cheap versus you having to have, fire, cast iron skillet, all that kind of stuff yourself.
Or you can just bring some beans and eat some.
Just pop over there. Why do we always eat beans, Mom?
All right.
That just makes me think of the part in Disenchanted. Want some me-flavored water? I can make it sparkling for you.
I remember that.
So what was that
This
from
guy in a
Merrick?
barrel. Yeah, we go to Cressida Croft to inform her about the fact that we found the rats, and Vic is trying to find a place to relocate them to not have them cause an uprising.
Yes, she's thoroughly impressed with Vic's ability to negotiate with them. She asks how you managed to do it.
We probably just tell her that Vic went to the back with them and had a talk with their superior, and they came to an agreement that if he can find a place to relocate them that's safe for his people, they'll leave without causing a problem. But I'm 99% sure that if he fails, there's going to be some issues with that. So might want to just keep an eye out in the area, like maybe post a couple of extra guards around there.
Okay. In addition, she would bring to your concern that, and this is something that Barra would also probably notice around this point, just working in the Gray District, is that for whatever reason, some of the men and women charged with collecting the bodies from homes that have had people die from the plague, the carts that you're using to transport the bodies, every now and then one of them is not arriving at its destination, and according to word on the street, a large number of these bodies are just ending up abandoned in alleyways, so just poured out in the middle of the night and left there. And she says that if you're looking for something to do to help the city right now, you could figure out what's going on with those.
Let's go punch some lazy fucks as I crack my knuckles.
Sounds good to me. That's what they get for disrespecting.
Side note, I just noticed Barrow Walker's name on the bottom of our thing says Wallaker instead of Walker.
Does it?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt any narrative things, but
Yes, for once it's not me.
I thought I'd share that because I figured it would make Gombo happy.
No, one of you changed it. It was right when we started. You bastards.
Time dilation, my favorite superpower.
I'll stop noticing stuff. That's your problem.
It is. Listen, I notice things I shouldn't do at work all the time, and I point them out, and everyone just gives me the stink eye of like, "Don't bring this up. That makes more work for us."
Oh my God, are you the you forgot to give us homework guy?
Not quite that bad, but I'm pretty close.
All
It's
right.
like, hey, I'm more of like, hey, I see this. It's going to be a problem now, but if we leave it alone, it's going to be a problem for us in the future. So let's just take care of it now so we don't have a problem in the future.
Here.
There's literally a problem for future me.
Yeah.
What are you doing for today, Kier? Just same crafting up anti-plague for people?
Had that idea to try and make an aerosolized version to maybe send to the convalescence place. Because one of the uses of the anti-venom was it gives you basically advantage against whatever you're already infected with.
Yeah, cool. Give me a either a profession apothecary or a craft alchemy roll for doing research into that.
Okay, it's gonna slap down 50 gold pieces for materials. So
Yeah, you're able to continue crafting up your anti-plague, and you make some progression there on developing the aerosol version. The problem you seem to be running into right now is just the efficiency of releasing an aerosolized version. It's got exponentially decreasing effects, because of things like wind and other things that you need to sort out.
Yep.
So meeting up that night, you guys have the chance to discuss your findings thus far with the rest of the party.
Vic would share the rumor about the perfume lady.
We'd probably bring up the fact that Croft mentioned about the wagons that are supposed to be disposing of the bodies in the gray have just been like ditching them in alleys. So we might want to
Those are
like
the shorter numbers. I was meaning to look into that. Might make
What was
that a
that?
higher priority.
You're a little quiet. I can't. Or is that just me? Hold on.
I was just commenting on what Richard was saying about
Oh,
the
okay.
bodies being ditched.
I got you.
yeah. So we might want to take some time tonight and like well maybe not tonight, maybe tomorrow night. Barrow can look at like where the wagons normally head from, and we could like track the ones that have been disappearing.
Yes,
Or, like-
it's bad enough that we're dealing with the blood plague. Corpses laying around will draw all sorts of other diseases.
Also, probably leave the disease more prevalent in the areas they're disposed of anyway. So
Also, in roleplay, I imagine Vic gave us that entire sales speech with perfume, and we all just looked at him for 15 seconds and then moved on without comment.
I'm curious if you want to buy a sample of that, but I've got enough projects on my plate at the moment.
I'll grab a sample. You can look into whether there's anything behind it and analyze it.
Or I'd be curious to see if how their alchemical knowledge stacks up against yours if you confront them and about the process of making it.
meanwhile, me and Barrow in the corner. It's lavender water, isn't it?
I was going to guess lemon, but yes.
Imagine. What was that crab eel thing that that almost ate
A
you
reef
guys in
claw.
the sewer?
Reef claw.
Oh yeah, the reef claw.
Imagine it's a little more than reef claw oil, but there might be something to it.
It's actually reef claw. pips. It's very
Well, that's a
typical.
staple.
Yeah.
Like 6 campaigns from now in this universe, I'm gonna drop Reef Claw Oil Salesman, and they're gonna lose it.
We're talking about reef claw oil. I'm just like, man, I feel like fritters tonight. It's just one vice. He really likes fritters.
I need me some Reef Claw fritters.
Is it Tuesday? Did they sell the whole basket on Tuesday, or is it?
They do seem like a very delicious animal. I'm not gonna lie.
They're basically big crawdads / lobsters, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
I'd eat them.
Ah, yes, the age-old question of every fantasy setting, but how does that taste?
These aren't even magical beasts or anything. These are straight up fantasy animals.
And that carried Dungeon Meshi a long way. That being actually good.
Actually, I may be speaking out my ass. Let me check.
I can't be the only one that heard that Warhammer orcs are like fungus people and thought, so is like the meat spongy or?
So they're an aquatic aberration.
Wait, the giant fucking crawdads are a thing from beyond the veil which shouldn't exist.
Wait.
Well, they're also
Okay,
like
so-
eel.
Yeah, it's set. So I'm thinking by aberration, they're saying an aberration is a bizarre anatomy, strange abilities, or alien mindset. And I think they might just be doing it because it's like lobster. And that's like the one thing everyone knows about lobsters is that they're wholly like different than humans, right?
Oh, I guess that would have made them like vermin.
If
or
I'm
something.
remembering the picture right, it's like an eel body with lobster claws and a shark mouth. So,
Yeah,
that's an aberration. No matter how
Combination.
delicious it is.
Conglomeration?
But yeah, when I think aberration, I think alien, which
Yeah.
is my bad, but it's probably Gombo put that into me by doing that aberration dungeon. It was all horrifying aliens that used black tentacles to dissect your butthole.
That's a sentence.
Wait,
That's not.
what did
It was
Gombo
much
do
more.
to you?
It was
was
much more
one
eldritch than that. They were not
It-
dissecting anyone's buttholes.
No. Someone was killed by black tentacles, and I gave it a particular description that everyone described as hentai to death at the time, which was not my intention.
I'm gonna take a bio break,
Michael,
guys. So let's all just
Yeah.
break really quick. I think that's a good point right there.
No worries.
Break on hentai.
It was just the spell black tentacles, people.
By the way, I forgot to mention it before, but I was reading some of the guide to Carvosa about some of the areas,
hmm
and that Posh and Turtle place that is near where Luca lives. I love how it has like in the center of the establishment. There's just a glass flooring overlooking a shallow sea cave with a 20-foot long sea turtle that can't get out of the cave anymore.
Oh,
It's too big now to fit through the small opening that goes into the cave, so it just can't escape there anymore. So it just gets fed there.
just reminds me of what you do to all the villagers whenever we have a Minecraft server.
Yeah. Listen, they need to stay safe because I need them for their goods.
Or your horrifying chicken machine.
Fuck, I was drinking. Yes, my horrible chicken machine that they're all in a 1x1 square box that if they get too many of them, they drop down and burn to death. And it turns them into cooked chicken. Oh wait, that was my pig one. My chicken one was a different one.
I don't think it's better.
Because I needed the chickens to die without being cooked because I needed their feathers. That sounds worse. That definitely sounds worse.
hmm
Man, I feel like we need
So
another time where we all just get together and play Minecraft again.
Yeah.
So I walked back in and I heard I need a chicken to die without it being cooked, which I believe is how it's usually done. I believe they save the cooking for afterwards.
We were talking about my horrifying creations in Minecraft where I keep making like animal pens that
Mm.
are automated to where they will die if they get too many of them in there.
Automated incest farms.
God.
I remember the Minecraft days. Get back.
Like, I think I had it to where it dispensed the eggs as well, so like it would shoot the eggs out and hatch them, so I didn't have to do it myself.
Yep. I remember that.
Like I was telling, like before you got back, I was saying we need to have another time where we all just get together and play Minecraft again as a game night thing.
Mhm.
'Cause, I don't know,
Yeah.
it's fun every now and then just jump in and after a couple more patches, it's going to be so much different than the last time we played anyway.
Oh, it's already been 2 patches since we last played. They added
Oh.
cherry blossom forests and stuff. And
I
archaeological
already don't
finds.
know half the stuff. The last
Like the cave systems are so much more expansive. Than
Oh
they
yeah, they're
used
so much cooler now.
to be. Yeah.
the last time I like truly booted up and like had a real go at Minecraft, I feel was I felt like lanterns. I was like, oh, that's a new which I feel like aren't new anymore, right? Those are pretty old.
They're medium, yeah.
But yeah, I bought Minecraft way back in fucking beta days
Oh yeah, same here.
before they
It
had
was-
that hunger bullshit. That was a controversial update. The hunger update, people hated that when that.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't mind it myself, honestly. It's barely an issue.
Well, yeah, it was barely an issue at the time as well. People just they
Mhm.
really didn't like having to add another thing to keep track of. But I also think creative mode was a thing at that time too already.
Yeah.
So I think they could already have a mode where it was turned off. But man, it's been a while. I don't even know if I'd be able to log into my Minecraft account. I'd have to see. Otherwise, I'd have to buy it again, which, I mean, is fair. I spent like $15 on it when I paid
I
for
think in
it.
this day and age, that's what most of their money comes from, is people
Yep.
forgetting that they had an account and having to remake one.
That's why I log in like once a month to do updates and make sure I remember.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's a little bit easier now for me because it requires you to use your Microsoft account.
Mm-hmm.
And because we live in a corporate dystopia, my new laptop also requires a Microsoft account.
Yeah.
That
And then my toilet requires me to have a Microsoft account, so it's all really used.
The day's gonna come when everything's gonna require a different USB cord for every single appliance in the house.
well, that might actually be changing because the EU is passing a law about that, and that's probably going to
Trickle over. Yeah.
Yeah, because Apple won't want to have two separate product lines. It's like if you've ever seen the TV show on Amazon Prime Upload, there's a lot of jokes about the world 20 years in the future, about everything being a subscription service with plus this, and just being nickel and dimed by everything by corporate America. And as reviewers have pointed out, these jokes would land a lot funnier if this show wasn't made by Amazon.
You guys, before we get started, this is just something that I thought I'd ask because it's upcoming. You guys vote for the Game Awards?
Nope.
No, I have not. No.
Because I got to be honest, this year was pretty insane for video games.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
This is the first year I couldn't play anything new because my computer's so old.
This is like the first year where it's actually a debate between what I would consider my own personal game of the year.
hey, you played Baldur's Gate though, and that's up for Game of the Year.
Yeah, I had to stop though. Once I started getting to Act 2, it started freezing more, and I'm like, oh, yeah, my computer cannot handle it.
Which, let's be honest, Baldur's Gate is gonna fucking sweep this.
I hope so.
Probably.
I mean, it would be worth it if it did.
There's a couple categories that I saw Alan Wake 2 was nominated for. I think it should probably win over Baldur's Gate.
It just depends on how much traction it got from public already or not.
Yeah.
Best game, best RPG.
Oh yeah, those. But there's
maybe
like
even best. I think there's like best narrative or something. Maybe even that one.
But there's like one that's like sound design, which includes not only just the music, but like how the music integrates into the game. And everyone's like, "Oh, Baldur's Gate 3 is gonna win that for sure." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm sure it has really good music, but like Alan Wake 2 has not one but 2 musical-based combat sections." And
the fact that it has that, I swear to God,
it is a phenomenally wonderful game.
I've heard. I played the first one and I really enjoyed it, and I can't imagine they did it bad if everyone's so highly voting on it.
Yeah, they definitely leaned more into the survival horror. Like the first one was very actiony, so they toned down the action a little bit, but they cranked up the atmosphere. There's still like plenty of shooting and action. Don't get me wrong, but rather than doing what I did in the first game, where I was running blindly through the woods, being chased by 20 shadow demons, now I run blindly through the woods, being chased by 10.
You know what's on here though that I'm just like, why is this even on here? For like so many of these categories, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, that's
like,
just
don't
the
get
money.
me wrong. I'm not shitting on Spider-Man 2.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like more of Spider-Man.
I feel like Tears of the Kingdom is gonna get Game of the Year though.
Nah, it's gonna be Baldur's Gate. I like Tears of the Kingdom, but it's gonna be Baldur's Gate.
If you were Rumpelstiltskin, I would bet my firstborn child would be Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna object to the fact that it's gonna be Baldur's Gate, but
yeah.
Also, why is Dead Space nominated for Best Audio when it's an older game that they
remade
updated?
it? They remade it this year.
Yeah.
Oh, they remade it? I thought it was just an update.
It's remade, full remake.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they touched up a few little plot points as well and stuff like that. They make it a little bit different. So they actually put effort into it. They did the Resident Evil treatment essentially.
Okay. I hadn't really thought too much about it, so that's why I was like, I thought this was just like a update to.
Like BG3 is probably not going to win Best Sim.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, in the audio design category, they also have the game Hi-Fi Rush, which is literally a music-based rhythm game. It's like, so once again, I'm sure Baldur's Gate has a great soundtrack, but you saying that should win over the games where the music is literally a gameplay mechanic?
Oh, it's not even nominated.
Really? I thought
best
it was.
audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. It's Alan Wake 2, Dead Space, Hi-Fi Rush, Marvel Spider-Man 2, and Resident Evil 4.
We need to get off this so we can actually play again. But I will say, I think the best independent game, I really hope Dave the Diver wins.
I'm pulling for Sea of Stars myself. I played that game. That's wrestling for my
I
game
played
of
a
the
little
year
bit
pick.
of Dave the Diver, and that was fun as shit. I actually want to. I downloaded it in the not so legal way to demo it, and when it goes on sale, I'm definitely gonna get it.
Well, we can get back to the game. I just thought I'd bring up a little bit of a side chat about the Game Awards, because now it'll be fun when they happen and Baldur's Gate loses and Spider-Man 2 wins Best Game of the Year.
Yeah, that would have everyone flipping tables.
Yeah, it'll be fun when we meet up again. All right.
All I'll say about Alan Wake 2 is that I completed it earlier this week. Let me tell you, those end of game plot twists / lore drops hit really different at 2 a.m. Spent 20 minutes pacing around my apartment, muttering, "It's not a loop, it's a spiral," like it meant something.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, you guys have reconvened. Have we decided on a course of action?
I'm gonna start stocking some corpse carts.
Yeah, we were generally for investigating that. Barrow.
I think we were just gonna split up and take different paths, maybe a couple of groups or something, to just kind of find out which of the wagons is doing this.
Mhm.
Try to cover our bases instead of just trying to follow one. It doesn't work out. Go the next day to try to follow the next. Just split up into 2 groups or something, maybe.
Sounds good to me.
I'll be on the direct group and not the stealthy group. Thank you. Merrick, you might want to come with me.
Okay.
As you knock over a couple cans as you walk by. Because your stealth is somehow worse than mine, and while I'm in almost full plate.
Mine's gotten a bit better. It's a 7 now.
But
Oh.
can't
All
you
right.
jump?
Mine's still a -3, so you are better than mine.
Is that an acrobatics?
Whatever we had to do to get out of that
Yeah,
hole in
yeah.
session 5. All right. Following cart people.
So, you are able to track down the location where most of these bodies are being dumped, and it's in a place called Racker's Alley in the city. It's a pretty well-known place. It has a strange shape and many shadowy corners, and it has long been the site of illicit exchanges.
It's all being
other-
dumped in the same spot. I thought you were saying it was being dumped randomly. Sorry, continue.
I think he said they were randomly not showing up, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
But you're finding them in this area. So already shunned by locals and constantly hidden from sunlight by its looming buildings and nearby wall, the alley has made for a perfect dumping spot for some of the lazier guards. And sure enough, are you guys just stalking this night? Or are you continued over the course of days? Because
Probably
I'll
over
tell
the
you
course
right
of a
now,
couple
when you
days.
when you get here tonight, you guys discover just the pile of bodies in the alleyway.
I would want to stake the bodies out and see what happens to them.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Okay. So you guys are camping out outside for the night?
Yeah, I think Barrel Walker and I are good at that.
Yep.
Yeah, we can take sleeping shifts in pairs or something so we can keep watch.
All right. Vic, you can give me a profession banker or a knowledge local or something else if you think it would work to... actually, no, just give me one of those. Just give me one of those because I don't want to give away too much what the roll is for. 14. That's, you at least know enough that the house, or rather not house, but business that this alley is next to has been shut down for a while now. It's a place called Geotori's Toys. It's a rundown toy shop. But as you guys stake out for the night, give me a. Are we all staying awake, staking out for the entire night? Because then you guys are going to be exhausted for the next.
I think
day.
we said we were. At least I said we'd probably sleep in pair, like stay up in pairs to kind of keep watch.
Yeah.
Okay. So how are you splitting yourselves up?
We probably
was
should
gonna
put bad
suggest,
perception with good perception. I don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
I'll go on the second shift.
I'll stay up first.
What were you
I'll
going
go
to say, Kel?
second. And I was going to say I'd suggest just Barrow and Vic work on it since they're both very stealthy and can stay out of sight over the night.
Ed thought that was how we were doing it. So okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Didn't think we need all the armored people hanging around.
Fair.
Okay, so
Merrick's no longer armored.
first things first, you guys are going to be around these bodies for a while. Just everyone give me a perception check.
Yeah.
They stink.
Anyone who gets above a 16 or above, so Barrow, you would get it there with your 16. At a certain point throughout the night, you guys notice that some of these bodies don't look as fresh as the other ones, or something's up with them, but you'd have to get a little bit closer than staking out to see.
Sideways glance at Barrow.
Actually, that's a fair point. If before we parted ways and all that, because we all found the bodies together as a group, right?
I think that's why we're rolling for this right now.
Okay, so I thought we're already at the watch phase. Okay,
Not yet,
so
no.
No, we're
Merrick
not
will.
in the watch phase yet.
Okay, so Merrick will want to look through them and just kind of.
Okay, Merrick, but you didn't pass the perception, so you didn't see that they were.
Right, but I'm just saying in general, he would want to see the bodies and just check to make sure they all died from Bloodveil. He even without whatever other people are perceiving, that would have been one of the things he would have been curious about on the bodies.
If we're all still there together, Vic, who is not inclined to go manhandle dead corpses, would say, does it look like some of them are more rotten than others?
As he pushes Merrick forward.
Yeah, Merrick, that one's got a black arm, and that one there is very pale.
Okay, Merrick, you see that some of these bodies, first thing you notice is that some of them don't appear to have died from Bloodveil. And a good maybe half of these bodies in here appear to have been drained of blood and have twin puncture wounds on their necks, wrists, or inner thighs.
Spiders.
I imagine I don't need to do any sort of knowledge religion roll to kind of recognize those marks. Or would I?
I mean, you know it's a vampire.
Yeah, I think the trademark vampire signs. Yeah. So, and of the ones that, so the ones that didn't die of Bloodveil show the puncture marks and all that stuff, or are there any other types of remains?
The ones who didn't, those seem to be the two groups of bodies that are in here.
Okay. Miracle. Say, well, half of these died, roughly. Only some of these died from the Bloodveil, the other from exsanguination. They would kind of gesture to the puncture marks. Went from lichens to vamps.
Oh, damn it. If teen girls are next involved in this, I'm out.
Out of character, I hate to break this to you. I'm pretty sure the were-rat would lose in that.
Absolutely. We're out of this city.
All right. So who
Vampire's
owns
like, I love you, Bella, and you run up there. Want to help me get candy bars out of a dumpster?
A fair is a veritable smorgasbord.
Who all is up in the bodies right now?
Merrick's there.
Yeah. Since Merrick's doing that, I'd be doing what I usually do when everyone else is investigating and keeping a lookout to make sure that we're not going to get jumped. That's what I'm doing.
Sadly, I'd say Vic is fairly close because he perceived and kind of walked up there with Merrick and pointed.
I'd just be on the opposite side of Barrow, keeping watch.
It's nice to have bodyguards. You are going to wash your hands after you get out of that pile, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
Everyone,
And
give
he
me-
gestured to his medical kit and said, "I've got sterilizing stuff in there."
everyone give me a perception check.
Wait. Worse.
Everyone who's in the alley, or everyone who's here?
I think you said it. Everyone.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're all
If you're
still here.
scouting out this alley, give me a perception check. Okay.
Pretty tight clustering.
Okay. So none of you notice anything.
Absolutely nothing going on here at the stack of bodies.
At the bodies. The stack of bodies. Okay. So, there are going to be some sneak attacks going on.
Initiative time?
Yes, but let's get everyone over on the map first. Give me a second to move over everyone where they should be.
Mhm.
So, just checking in real quick. Everyone's tokens on the homepage are good to copy over.
Oh, I don't know. Mine has not yet.
Mine's good.
Yeah, mine
Oh,
looks
mine
good.
looks good.
Let me turn off shield resistance, or shield blessing. But yes,
Cope. Cope is muted, and he sounded like
Sorry, I thought I said yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I said yes. I think I was the one that always had a problem in this game up until last session. I think you fixed it.
Okay. Move them. Okay. So I got up in the alley right now. Merrick.
Mhm.
I got Luca. Are you up there, or are you just scouting out from across the street, basically?
I was muted, sorry. I'm over by where Barrow is, not next to the bodies, just kind of keeping watch in the alley.
Okay. Kier, you're probably a little bit further back than that. And Vic, where are you? You said you were also not in the alley, right? He is muted.
You guys gotta
Are
stop
you
mute-
asking Kier or me?
Oh, sorry. I said Kier. Vic, you're not in the alley, right?
Vic was, I would say he is unfortunately a little closer to the bodies because he walked over there since he had seen it out to Merrick.
Okay. So I will just have dynamic lighting on now is the question. Yes. Set. Oh, another good question is what does everyone have in the way of light/night vision? Because
Nothing.
If this is night, I would have popped out one of my sun rods.
okay.
And 60 feet dark vision.
Yeah, so I emit 30-foot radius of bright light and 30 feet additional of dim light after that. So it should be enough for most people in the alley.
60 feet here too as well.
Are we in dim light with the moon being nearly full?
I don't think the moonlight's dim light, is it?
I don't think so either.
I think dim light is like torchlight.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, like when I said I have 30 feet of bright light and 30 feet of dim light, which
It's
means
why
like
Shadow Dancer isn't bad, is because when you actually look in the rules, usually you're in dim light. at least.
Yeah.
yeah, like 30 feet adjacent to me is considered bright light with the sun rod, but anything beyond that for the next 30 feet is dim light, and then it would be back to darkness.
Right. Bright light.
Yeah,
How
kinda
far
like,
is your bright light?
My bright light's 30 and my dim light's 30 as well. So 30-30.
Okay.
And as usual, this is just like hooked onto my belt, so it doesn't have to worry about it.
All right. You have light sight, no light vision. You have
Would-
dark vision, right, Vic?
Out of
Yeah,
curiosity,
60 feet.
would I have had enough light to inspect the bodies without a light source? Because otherwise, I would have popped a light cantrip on myself.
Yeah, you would have had to get some sort of light in here.
Okay, so I would have cast light on an arrow and just been using that as a.
And how
light
far does
source.
light go?
I think it acts like a torch. Let me double check. 20 foot radius. Yeah.
Yeah, his is a 20 and 20 for dim light as well. So it's we have to remember to do that sometimes when we get to bigger maps, but I don't think it's really gonna matter too much in an alleyway.
All right. You guys see him there?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. I just have to edit one thing really quick.
Kier's over there being like, I ain't touching that.
Yeah, honestly, the only reason he's okay with touching this is because he's immune to disease for the time being. So,
I just put the bodies in the ground. I don't autopsy them.
So as you guys start to dig through these bodies over here, you hear from directly above Merrick, and not the spell, but a literal ear-piercing scream as
Oh
Our
god,
friend right
teenagers arrived.
I'm relieved it's not another Adiog.
No, you see, it's probably a gargoyle, which means they're after the teenage girls.
I'll laugh if it sounds like the audio still.
Feed
God.
me.
Okay,
That's just the NPC voice going forward.
so then it is going to spider climb down this wall and attack Merrick as it screams, as you've just touched its food.
That'll miss. Even flat-footed, it would miss.
All right. And 1d3. All right, now everyone can roll for initiative.
Oh, I thought it had gotten to where it automatically put your roll up there.
That might be a 5e thing for their sheet, not Pathfinders.
Yeah.
Yeah, you still got to click it.
Yeah, it makes a guess. It's not always perfect, is the thing.
Seems like it'd be pretty simple if you just had the one that you clicked to represent your token, but I don't know. So it's going to go first and take another swipe here.
That'll hit.
Okay. So then you're going to get energy drained. A creature hit by the vampire spawn slam gains 1 negative level.
Is that one of those where if it's not cured in a certain amount of time, it's permanent?
No, unfortunately, if I remember from my Manfred days.
This is just a temporary one at this level, I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure it has a condition modifier on our conditions that you can add energy drain.
Okay.
So that way you don't have to calculate it yourself.
Oh, I gotcha. Perfect.
You guys hear some jostling going around from inside the shop. But other than that, nothing happens this round.
Which one's the shop?
Right over
Key
here.
or
You can kind of see into it a little bit because there's not a door.
all right.
I can't. What's the command to let you see through someone's vision?
Control L, I believe.
I can
Control
kind of
L.
see. I see where you're pointing at, Michael.
Yeah.
Like up in this
Yeah,
general
I'm
area.
looking.
Yeah,
there.
I have just barely sight of it.
But Vic, what are you doing? You got vampires.
With a move action, he'd pull out his. What does he even use? The chain flail and attack.
$24 will certainly hit for 12.
Can, not to waste time, can undead vampire spawn be demoralized?
Immune to, I don't think so. Undead traits, but I don't think undead traits make you immune to fear, do they?
No, because if they're intelligent undead, it's
So
it's
they
a
could still
weird
be
thing.
demoralized.
So for free action, he's going to attempt a enforcer demoralized to make him shaken. DC is, well, that passed DC. 10 plus its hit die plus its wisdom, so it is shaken for 12 rounds, which gives it a -2 attack, save, skills, and abilities. And since it was demoralized, he's going to use his, as a free action, demoralized, he's going to use his swift action, hurtful feat, to
So
attack again.
It takes what penalty?
It takes shaken.
Okay.
And then his hurtful feat allows him to attack one more time when it is demoralized. For 8 more damage. Assuming that hits.
Yep. -8. And shaken.
Now, I don't know if this thing has DR of any type.
What is our symbol for shaken? I'm just use frightened for right now. All right. Barrow. You got
All
clear vamps.
Yep. Gonna do what I do. There. Then I will acrobatics through his space, or at least try to. I'll move back if I fail.
Yep. Give me that acrobatics.
Low. 20.
And that's versus CMD.
Yeah, whatever you would normally use to tumble through.
Yes, and you do not make it. So
All
you
right,
can
so
still go there if you take an attack of opportunity. Wait, no, you can't because you're trying
That's-
to go through its space.
I'm trying to go through its space, but I still get my swift action attack, whether I
We
succeed
need
or
to
fail.
set to 1 foot increments again because I was measuring the math. 1 second.
No worries.
All right, it's fixed now.
Okay. I'll use my
Oh, I
silver
thought I fixed it. Give me a second.
dagger attack. Uh, 22.
22 will hit.
All right. This is my silver dagger. So 4 piercing damage plus 6 more piercing damage for a total of 10 silver piercing. And then I still have my standard action attack.
Ah, yes, I forgot, Vic. Your Dwarven Durger isn't silver, is it?
No, it does not. That's why I asked about DR.
Also, when you try to go
Alright.
through a space, does that provoke from him or no? Or the vampire? I don't-
When you try to go through the space,
Because I know Barrow I tried to acrobatics through his space, so I wasn't sure.
let me check really quick.
I mentioned it
know if
earlier,
you
but I was.
because there's one to usually go through a space and one to go around threatened squares.
Yeah. I was.
So
I'm not trying to. I just tried to acrobatics through a space, not threatened area.
I'm gonna say in this case, because of the angle that you came up in, he's not gonna get an attack.
Yep, that's
Because
fair.
you were trying to go up and through here, but if you're trying to do something else, at case by case basis.
All right. So then my second silver dagger attack, 9. That'll miss. However, I did manage to get him with my lesser sneak attack. So at the start of his turn, he'll provoke an attack of opportunity from me.
Okay.
Grabbing his wound, he would say bad touch and back away and cast Blessing of the Watch.
All right. That's bless for everyone.
Yup. Yeah, and he'd reiterate, don't let it touch you. It's has a unpleasant effect.
You guys look in Merrick's right arm where he got hit looks about 10 years older than the rest of his body.
He's half elf. It's fine. 10 years older for him is still like in his mid-20s for a half elf.
All right. Is that all you're doing, Merrick?
Yeah.
Kier.
Oops, right. Stubby legs. Keys. Go 10. No, I can go 20. Sure. Okay, so 10-foot bomb. 15 range touch. It's 18. Connect.
Versus
Touch.
18 versus touch will hit.
Also, your fire damage is getting nasty on those now.
Just got another d6 on and wow, spiked that hard. Only 2 off max damage.
All right.
Obviously, since it hit, not hitting Barrow with the splash. Yay, bomb. Fixtures. And reflex 15 are glued to the floor. 7 rounds.
Okay. These guys are pretty good reflex. So, where is it?
It will be at a -2, remember, because of shaken.
Okay. So this at a -2.
Oh,
Oh, so it is glued to the floor. You glue this vampire to the floor.
Mm-hmm. So he's also entangled for, I think, 7.
So this thing's flailing around. It's entangled. It's frightened.
it's
That's
about to
how
get
a
run
lot of
over.
that's how a lot of your combats seem to end, apparently. And I guess I can play some combat music. Let's start playing for you guys.
I'm not hearing anything yet. Let me check my.
Well, he is. I did minus. Luca.
I'm gonna overrun the bastard. So let me do the overrun before I move, because I might wind up stopping if it fails. 25 against a CMD.
25 will work.
So as I run by him, he falls to the ground, takes 11 damage as I stomp on his face. And as I'm going, I just punch him, because I get to make a free attack when he falls for my overrun for 24 for 8 more damage on top of that.
Okay.
And then I'll be keeping moving to here.
So first things first, it's going to try to unentangle itself.
Actually, it provokes an attack of opportunity from me first.
Okay, go ahead and hit it with it.
And me as well, since we're adjacent and you got provoked.
Yeah, these are +4 to hit because they're prone.
Oh, okay, so that's 19 to hit.
19, and these are all versus flat-footed, so they're
Mhm.
prone.
And a 22.
If they're prone, I don't think it does
Yep.
flat-footed. It just gets a +4 to hit. Either way.
It's also
He's
entangled.
also got -4 dex from.
Oh,
Yeah.
He's all kinds of fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
I like how we're the most martial team we've done in a long time, but we have so much weird crowd control.
Yeah, it's like one person jumps into us, we kick him onto the ground, and we just start wailing on him with AOO.
Like that fucking scene from JoJo's.
We're
They're
like,
on the boat, they're
stomp
just
on
kicking
his
the guy.
throat! I'll just throw out my silver dagger damage, just in case it is a hit. 4. Not insane.
Okay. So I think it's a strength or escape artist to get out.
Yeah, it's in the thing. Strength check 17 to break free.
And I don't know if you got my damage, but with paired opportunist, because Barrel Walker got an AOO, I get one as well since I'm adjacent.
So it does not break out of the sticky glue that, or the what exactly is it? Is it a Tanglefoot bag, or I imagine
As
it's an alchemical
Tanglefoot
item.
bag, but it uses my damage and DCs.
Okay, yeah. So it's some sort of
Ew.
disgusting tar that you're throwing at their feet.
Napalm resin.
I use quick drying cement in these. No.
He adds a secret ingredient called Elmer's. Don't tell him.
Normal taffy.
No, Elmer's just the guy that sells the raw materials.
The most overcooked steak you've ever had.
But yeah, it continues to just lay around in there and flail and screech in an ear-piercing manner.
You think it's calling for help or trying to scare us off?
Probably calling for help. End it quickly.
At this point, it's just sad.
Is there a way to discern who created it or where?
Destroy it, then we'll talk after. Barrow's very laser focused on reducing this thing to ash as quickly as possible.
Reduce your nation's undead population today.
We'll try and whack-a-mole.
Is that with your +4 from prone?
No. So 19. 12 damage, but it is not silver.
Yeah, neither of mine were silver either, so.
So I marked mine.
All right. Anything else? Barrow.
All right. First things first. Gonna try acrobatics through its space again. Yeah.
That tracks.
Well, I still get my swift action attack.
So you try to acrobatics through its space at the same time that Luca goes to kick this thing, and it just kicks it right into you, and you're not able to get through.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I just remembered this campaign.
This one's time for campaign for dice, okay.
All right.
That is a lot of red.
All right. My standard
Damage.
action attack. 17 plus 4.
That hits.
I think I was gonna say 21 probably because of prone.
Yeah, that's why I said with the plus 4 added to it.
Added.
So 4 silver damage. That's all I got. I remember I roll all the natural ones in this campaign.
I'll fire a pair of arrows at him.
It'll be at a -4 to hit if you do arrows while they're prone, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I just don't want to get up close to him.
There.
So -3, but there will be -4, but I get +1 to attack. So
-3
miss.
overall. Yeah. It'd be a 9 and an 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, those aren't going to do it.
All right. I'll take another 5-foot step back, and that'll be my turn.
Yeah, that is the one downside of knocking him prone, is it makes it harder to shoot him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, most of us are melee.
Yeah.
That's why I went with the overrun, because when I heard the party.
One of our 2 rangers are touch. So.
Yeah, Barrow's getting real close in there trying to stab him, and he's kind of messing up your shot.
Understandable.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm gonna drink one of my shield extracts. Because, probably more of these things around.
Okay. Luca.
Okay. Let's try to smash. Hold on, actually, because it's at 4 base attack bonus that power attack increases, right?
Yeah. Every 4 on your BAB.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I just go to a website that has a chart and I just write that stuff down.
I think we probably use the same thing. I literally just look up power attack bonus per level, and there's a website that has them all on a nice table, so I don't even have to think about it.
Yep.
So 27 to hit, 18 slashing with 6 electricity.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, so. It'll take that much. It is bloodied. Pretty good. And then 6 electricity. Okay, the electricity doesn't appear to do anything to it.
Fair enough. I just didn't want to be the guy who got a fire weapon as soon as he played a martial character. I wanted to try something different.
Don't blame you.
All right. This guy in here is going to try once again to get out and just not make it, I believe. It's a DC 17, right?
17.
Yep, so he's still in there. But, Luca, unfortunately for you, standing here with your back to the door, that D3 did have a mechanical purpose.
Two more vampire spawn.
Or actually, this would be easier because these are still the old tokens. Let me just take these ones out and. Oh god, that just moved me all around. Okay, but it gave me one of these, so I can just click off everything. Reset. There we go. So one's going to come right here.
I will get a AOO on one of them as they come out, so I'll go ahead and take it on the first one.
Why do you get an AOO?
Because I have a reach weapon.
Okay, gotcha.
25 to hit.
25 will hit.
Okay, so that'll be my only AOO, but
And let me make sure. How far can they? Okay, this guy would actually be. So that's the only one that can get right up to you this round. The other one is going to spider climb up the side of this building. And this one will remain right here. And I don't think it has any range. So it will just get up all in your business. So
Fair
you're going to
enough.
get one attack against you this round?
that'll miss.
Vic.
All right, swift action. Vic is going to use his Inquisitor Bane to Bane Undead on his weapon. Then he's going to use a move action to study his target, squishy target down below him. And it's flat-footed, right? So it would provoke sneak attack.
It's prone. It's entangled. I'm pretty sure you get sneak attack on this thing at this point.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure prone alone lets you get sneak attack on them.
Is it? I thought it's if you're denied your dex bonus. Is it also prone?
Yeah.
I mean, either way, we're flanking with them because I have reach. So.
Oh yeah, flanking.
Okay, so
that
there.
does it right there.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, so +6 to attack here for flanking and prone. So 24 to hit,
24 will hit.
21 damage. That is not silver, and Bane does not bypass DR.
Nope, but it adds more damage, which is always helpful.
Yeah, another way around DR.
Just hit it harder.
Is it cheap of me to try and the word demoralize this guy again in order to get another free shot?
I think once they're demoralized, they can't be further demoralized.
Yeah.
Yeah, that tracks.
That's how the feat is so easy.
I know
to
we
get
can't
early
progress
levels.
from like shaken to another level, but it would be lame if I could keep sitting
Yeah.
here and scaring him to be shaken over and over again.
Well,
But I
think
can
of it-
do
I think
and
think
do
of it like
somebody
this
else
way.
next round.
Someone can't be double prone. So they probably
Yep.
couldn't be double demoralized.
And if anyone could be double prone, I would have found a way when I played my monk. So
You prone them so hard they pop out the other side of the planet.
they become a dick.
One of these days, we've got to make a tongue-in-cheek parody RPG system, and one of the conditions has to be double prone.
Dude,
Hey,
you
I-
get double prone.
I write RPGs these days, so someone write that down.
You gotta put that.
Create
within
another
a-
doc. Actually, no,
yeah.
just put it on the movies one.
just write double prone, no context. Us in 3 months will be very confused.
Yeah. We could put that right next to the double pit trap.
All right, Vic, you hit this guy pretty good. He looks like he's on death's door, but he's still holding on, trying to yank this glue off of his feet that this bastard gnome back there just threw on him.
They're talking about
Barrow.
you, Peter.
Please, for the love of God, let this actually work. 26.
26 to move through its space?
Yep.
Yep, go ahead.
All right. So swift action, attack with silver dagger. This gets +2 due to my feet canny tumble to hit. So with a prone, that would be a
So it'd be
+6 to
23?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 23.
And flanking.
Oh yeah, and yeah. So
So it definitely hits.
yeah,
Which one are you hitting?
the prone one.
Yeah, then you definitely hit.
All right, so that is 3 silver slashing damage plus 15 more.
All right, you kill this thing good like.
Thing is
Awesome.
stout though.
Mm-hmm. And then I still have my standard action, which I will use to silver dagger. So a 1, well, the only one I ever reach on.
All right,
16.
that will miss.
Yeah, that's fair.
They're fast little fucks.
Mm-hmm.
We'll fire a pair of my +1 arrows at this one. So this will be a +1 to attack on and damage. On top of the +1 for being in range, so 17 and 18.
17 and 18 against which one?
This one.
The 18 will hit.
All right, 5 piercing damage. No, sorry, make that 6. And it is magical.
Magical. Does magic bypass silver DR? I don't
It
think
does
it does.
not. No.
Okay. I think we had this conversation in the other game. But
Yeah, because I had silver DR as Gork.
yeah, so that doesn't look like it did much to him at all.
And then, yeah, I think he'll stay there.
Here.
I believe you guys probably also see the one that's climbing on the wall here towards you guys.
Yeah, I do see that red dot now that you mention it.
I wasn't sure if it was on top of the roof and out my line of sight.
Uh,
He
Yeah,
said what was going up wall,
It
yeah.
climbed on top of the roof.
oh, I thought it was on the wall because you said spider climb. My bad.
Its spider climbed up to the roof.
The other one came down that way. But that's how vampires do.
Mhm.
So I don't think it mattered, but that first 10 foot would have been at -2, but this one's at full touch.
Like Kenneth even needed to hit on touch the way he rolls.
All right. Which one are you hitting?
Hitting him, splash will hit him, but I don't think splash entangles.
All right. He will do a reflex.
And since it hits, selecting those 2 squares to not be affected.
So does that mean the splash damage gets hit to this guy?
Yeah, and only that guy. Precise
Huzzah.
bombs. It's very useful. So he's not stuck
Is
to the
the
floor.
fire damage calculated separately?
It's yes.
I believe you lump same type damage together for DR.
I mean, it's only doing 1 damage. The splash is a
They've
separate
got-
damage.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
separate, yes.
The
Yeah,
splash is
splash
only
is
to
what-
people that isn't the target. Like,
Yeah.
so the 6 will do damage to the one he didn't target.
Yeah, the 6 is damaging this one. The
Yep.
17 is damaging this one. Okay. Luca.
Okay, so I'm gonna do the thing I do best, which is overrun some people. So I'm gonna start with this one here, and if it succeeds, I'll be moving on to this guy.
Oh, right. It does entangle. His reflex is to avoid the half the damage and not be entangled.
So let's see. First overrun, 24 against their CMD.
Oh, I was forgetting that.
24 will work against their CMD.
Okay, so he takes 11 damage as I stomp his face. I'm gonna go ahead and punch him for good measure. And then I'll move on to the next one, which this will be at a.
So
So this
which one are you using that against? So, where
So
are you
this one
gonna
right
go?
here on the right takes 11 and 8 from my overrun and armor spikes. If the 17 hits anyway. Well, actually, it would be a 21 because he'd be prone at that point.
The 17 does not hit, so it doesn't matter.
Well, no, the 17 would become 21. So that's why.
Okay. Okay.
Because he's prone after my overrun, and then I get to hit him with the armor spikes.
Okay. Well, no, it says +5 to fall prone. If it's a +5 to fall prone, then he's not falling prone.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're good then. So no, then that'll miss.
He is entangled either way if he makes a save to not be stuck to the floor. And that one has to make a reflex
Okay.
to not be entangled. I keep forgetting how it handles.
Okay,
stuff.
entangled and stuck to the floor are different things. Okay.
Gotcha.
Roll for the other one.
This next overrun will be at a minus.
He is stuck to the floor.
The next overrun's going to be at a -2 because it's the second one. So 33, which will be a 31. I imagine that will make him prone.
How are you doing 2 overruns?
I have Bullet Leap, which lets me do it multiple times in a single move action.
Okay.
So I end up basically right here.
Let me see. And so that one does fall prone then.
And actually, I would be ending up right here, actually. But that's all I got.
Okay. Okay. So, is the strength? What action is the strength check to break out? I've been assuming it's a standard action.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
it is.
essentially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Then
It's
these.
to break out of the stuck to the floor, not the entangled. Neither of them were stuck to the floor.
Yeah, so I think they're just entangled regardless, which is just -2 to attack and -4 to dex.
Yeah. Although I
yeah.
rolled real on the duration, so they're only entangled for 2 rounds.
Okay. So the one over there is going to move action stand up.
That will provoke from me, so I'll go ahead and do that real quick.
Which one?
The one that was prone.
Oh, this one over here. Got it.
Yeah, so. But yeah, 29 will hit for 12. The electricity doesn't matter because you said they're immune to it, so.
And why is it a 29?
Because I made an AOO on him because I'm using my Guzarm. What do you mean? It's 29 to hit. That's my attack roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I was scrolled up and it was 17. I was looking at the rolls from before.
Oh, no. You had to scroll down a little bit.
Yeah, sorry. It didn't. It just wasn't scrolling down for me automatically.
No worries.
I was like, I don't know what kind of bonus you got, but 17 to 29, I'm gonna need to see some. I
Some
need to
math.
see something.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, 12 minus whatever DR he has going on.
Yeah. But he is standing up.
It does take his move action though, so I am safe from too bad of an attack this time. Well, I guess he can 5 foot, so never mind.
That one is going to 5 foot there. You can't 5 foot after moving a move action.
No, but I was saying I forgot that I didn't trip both of them. I was
Yeah,
wording wrong.
but the important part is then he couldn't get a full attack.
Yeah.
All
Either way.
right. This one is going to do its slam attack.
Ooh, that'll hit.
So you take a negative level from energy drain.
Yep.
And then this one can't do much. It's going to take another move action to follow up behind there. And then the one on the roof is going to drop down and attack the one doing ranged attacks in the back.
That just misses.
And those are the vampires. Vic.
That was awesome. I wish y'all had seen me. I had my phone in my hand and I was trying to make a calendar appointment and I wasn't listening in the background, and then you yelled Vic and I jumped like a kid who had gotten caught. I mean, I really did. Excuse me. Okay. And
Use
then I
the
choked
teacher
on my own
voice.
spit.
I'm a teacher. If there's one thing I know how to do, it's authoritatively say a name.
Yep.
You really did. All right. So 5 foot step down, move action, put my studied target on him, and attack.
All right. Yep. 31 will definitely hit it pretty nasty.
Yeah, that was 19. So that was as close as I get to perfect there.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah.
That's why I was like, why is that so high? But +2 from Bane, and then studied target, and then Blessing of the Watch, and then I rolled a 19. So
you hit this thing square in the shoulder, and you see his shoulder pop out of socket, and then you see it slowly pop back into socket by itself.
I'm dead. Am I right? And that is not a silver weapon. Reminder.
Yes. They have DR to silver, but they're not completely immune to non-silver attacks. And that was a pretty good wallop even with the DR.
Since I walloped him, can I try a shaken intimidate on him since he is not?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. DC is 10 plus half his hit die plus his wisdom modifier. Sorry, full hit die. 10 plus his full hit die plus his wisdom modifier.
Okay, so 10. Yeah, that beats it.
All right, so he'd be shaken, and then that'd allow one more quick swift attack. Wait, Did I use a swift? No, I didn't. I had a move action and a regular attack. So, boom. Miss.
Shit, sorry.
That's okay. Hope you're
Just slapped my mic, so I imagine that was really loud.
Did it owe you money?
Well, you know when you go to reach for something and you're not quite paying attention to what's
Yep.
in your way.
Yeah, that's why I always keep my water bottles off of my desk.
And away from your daughter.
Water bottles? No, I throw those at her.
I throw those at her and said, "I said a beer."
You can dodge a bottle, you can dodge a ball.
I'll have you know, good sir, I've never accidentally hit my daughter.
Jesus Christ. That went downhill.
He's just training her for dodgeball, guys.
Yeah. What do you think I was saying, Cope?
Defects is now on the line.
I picture Cope as like Adam Sandler in the movie where he's playing dodgeball with a bunch of children, and he's just full sending those balls.
Oh, Doyle rules!
Doyle rules.
So I am a soccer coach, so I do that a little bit.
Now I want to make the family of O'Doyles in Pathfinder.
Now I'm just imagining Cope doing free kicks on the goalie.
All right, Barrow, quickly before anyone else gets any more ideas.
All right. I am going to try to acrobatics through the guy's space here. Or actually, if I did this, would that be flanking with Luca?
Probably not, but I'm probably going to be moving after this on my turn anyway.
It'd be flanking, I'd say.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I'll see if I succeed first.
You can do it.
33!
Yeah.
33 does succeed.
All right. Oh, 35. I forgot it has a +2 there. All right, so I get my free attack that has a +2 to it.
And do you get something from moving through their space?
I have here, let me click the feat for it. Canny Tumble. When I acrobatics move through an opponent's threatened area or space without provoking an attack of opportunity from that opponent, I get +2 bonus to my next melee attack roll, and they are denied their dex against it.
Okay. Just so you know, in the future, Barrow, the DC is 5 less if you just go this way, and since it's its threatened area, you'd still.
Oh yeah, the reason why I'm going through their space is I have a different ability. Called Up Close and Personal. When I acrobatics through an opponent's space during a movement action, I can attempt a single attack as a swift action.
Okay, gotcha.
It's how I'm cheesing out that 2 attacks at level 5. All right, so that will be 15 slashing silver damage. And then I will do my standard action attack. This will have +2 for flanking. So 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
All right, so that will be 9 silver damage. And this one will provoke an AOO at the start of its turn from me. When it works, it works.
Merrick.
All right. He is going to risk the attack of opportunity as he goes a few paces north.
Okay. Did you say you're going to do an acrobatics, or you're going to take the attack?
I could try acrobatics, might as well.
Yep. That will not work, so it will still get an attack.
Okay.
It'll be at -2 from this because it's shaken, I believe.
So I
My
think
AC
it
is
misses.
+4 because I have mobility. So, yep. And then now I'm in 30 feet of all the vampires, and so I'm going to channel to harm undead.
Good on you.
Mm-hmm.
Moving through all these bodies is going to be difficult terrain, by the way.
Okay.
No one's moved through him that far, so I think that would be
Yeah.
good.
No,
Yeah,
I
I had
yeah,
spare.
I'm still
so.
within.
All
What
right,
is your
just
DC on
channeling
that?
energy. How far does the
DC?
channel energy go out? Is it 30 feet?
30 feet. Yeah,
So I think
30.
you hit all of them.
Oh yeah, it's your
Um,
charisma modifier plus half your level for the DC plus 10.
Yeah. So that would be
Right.
1.
So they get
So 12 plus whatever your charisma modifier is, I think, at this level. Unless you do it at a lower level.
13 then.
well, they don't have goodwill saves, so
Oh, you only have a plus 1 charisma?
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
2 of them fail.
So 7 damage, half for those that succeeded.
All right. -7. -7. Okay.
And that'd be my turn.
Kier.
Well, this one just came down behind us. It's 20 feet away, so this will be at -2. But I think a 21 still hits on touch.
A 21 will still hit. Reflex.
He is glued.
Best
And
part is this has only been a quarter of my daily bombs.
You
No.
get so many bombs as an alchemist, and I love that.
I know. I bought these silver daggers as a contingency just in case were-rat problems, but then these vampires showed up, and I'm thinking, man, that was
What a-
good timing on
What
my
a happy
part.
accident.
Because that -1 to damage is well worth it to bypass their DR.
He's only entangled and glued for 3 rounds, but still. Huzzah.
and this round, is this the second round these guys have been?
At the end of their turn on this round, I believe they're no longer entangled.
Yeah,
Because it was
should
2
be.
rounds. Believe, I'm not sure.
All right. Are you staying right there, Kier?
Yeah, and I can't think anything else to do with the move action, so.
Luca.
So one of them will provoke from on me because I'm going to be overrunning one first before I go to the other. So just the way it works out. So if you want to make that attack first,
Okay.
that'll miss. So overrun. 16 might not succeed.
16 does not succeed.
Okay, so that's all I can do this turn since it failed. So I will just end my movement. I'll say right here. So I have reach on them, but I'm still flanking with Barrow.
All right.
Okay.
At the start of the vampire's turn, I get my AOL.
Go for it.
So that's
22.
22 with flanking.
That hits.
All right, so that is 14 silver piercing damage.
And that one is dead.
Oh, yeah.
Man, just they wait till I get my anti-undead abilities. See, now we just gotta be careful about a runner.
I'm a charging.
This one is going to 5-foot step up and attack.
Just hits, yeah. So I take another energy drain.
The entangled, let me see. Entangled gives them -2 to attack, so that
Oh, so
is
that
-2,
misses then.
so that doesn't hit.
Thank God.
Wait, the one back there as well. It's glued to the floor, so it can't really do anything.
Other than make a
other than
strength check.
strike to get unglued from the floor. And it
That's
gets unglued from the floor.
Mm-hmm. At least that took up its action for the turn.
Still has some movement, I think. It's like a half movement, but still.
Oh yeah, it could move. It's entangled, I think.
I think it reduces its movement to half or something, it said.
Half speed, can't run charge. Or 5-foot step.
And it's going to get like halfway up this wall this turn as it tries to
Would
crawl
that
back up.
provoke? I don't remember Pathfinder versus.
I believe
5e.
it
Was
provokes
moving out.
because it can't withdraw because it's only a movement action and it can't
But
5 foot.
I think we talked about this. Don't long weapons like that, don't they? Wait, no, they don't provoke.
They provoke at
Oh,
reach.
Yeah,
They
okay,
provoke
yeah.
at reach, just not at adjacent.
Just not at 5 foot, right?
Yeah. It's why I fight with armor spikes as well, because if they're within reach of me, like this vampire, if I couldn't back up, I couldn't use my Guizarm.
So, I think that would
Yes.
provoke them.
Yeah.
Yep.
$18, you just hit it.
Not silver.
So he's still climbing up there, but you got a good wallop on him on his way out.
Kier, burn the building.
Well, this escalated quickly.
Not fast
They
enough.
don't set them on fire. I think the fire damage is just explosion.
So that's me. So can he reach him from there if he 5 foots up?
No.
How high up is he?
With his movement, he would be at least 15 feet up by now.
He had his movement halved.
As movement halved, he moved. Where was he? It was like right here, right here.
He was right here, so if he went 5 feet and then if he had like a 40 feet movement, he could be up 15 feet. But it depends on what his movement speed is.
Okay, but he's 10 feet up, then still even.
So if I walk up under him, then I'd have a reach on him with a 10-foot weapon.
I guess.
I believe that's how it works.
Makes sense to me.
You're just
Michael, that way you said, I guess, I feel all that DM pain. I really
I think we all
do.
do except for Cope.
Yeah, except for Cope.
Oh, I do. I just laugh through it. I'm shoving a ball up his ass.
And Vic's flail just goes to town.
Probing
All
the
right.
tank.
But he's still alive. And after that, let's see what that leaves him at. Yeah. You don't get the impression he's really gonna want to come back down after that.
Well, he just got pegged by a flail, okay? So I don't think anyone would want to come down after that.
Barrow.
All right. So, yeah, I should have the movement of this. I am going to try to acrobatics to his space again.
Acro attack, go!
28. Oh, sorry, 30.
Acrobatic through what space? Oh, this one?
Yeah, through that
Okay.
guy.
28 will do it.
All right. So I will move like this. So first up, my swift action attack. He is flat-footed for this. And I get a +2. That'll miss. I doubt unless 10 hits flat-footed or 11 hits flat-footed. Yeah, I didn't think so. All right. Now for my standard action attack. Hey, that's what I like to see.
18
But
to
that's a
confirm.
crit.
18 to confirm.
18 will confirm.
All right. So that's going to be 20 points of silver damage against that man.
Okay. And you bloody that one.
And at the start of his turn, I get an AOO against him.
I just love picturing how Luke and Barrow Walker fight together when they're fighting the same target.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just like also that like 2 or 3 of them jumped you over there, and then within like 2 rounds, it has completely flip flopped where you and I have just been killing them.
Yeah.
We
Alright,
are the thing that you don't want to meet in the dark alley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with some of Kier's help gluing them all to the fucking floor.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
Kira's the MVP of this.
I'm not saying that's not a team effort.
Merrick will do another channel.
All right.
Another 7. Gain that perfect average every time.
So it's will safe on both of them.
Both will save.
Yep.
1, 2.
First one succeeded, second one no, other way. First one succeeded, second one failed.
Okay. And they take how much?
7 if they failed, 3 if they succeeded.
That one clinging to the wall is very close to death.
I thought you were going to say you just felt the holy light and fell.
All the way down the length of the chain.
Oh gosh, I have to pull that out. Weird.
This is a little bit of a funky angle for a channel, but you barely get them. You barely get them.
Yeah. All right, and I'll go here.
Because we have previously established channels don't work through walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But fortunately, he, it had a corner around.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Kier over here with his holy hand grenades.
Kier's like, are you ready to die today?
Just chuck a normal bomb at him.
Gonna glue him to the
Propaganda stews.
fucking wall like Spider-Man, you monster. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
the bomb
bad.
hits, and that one's not alive anymore, no matter what. It had 2 hit points left.
Yeah, damage has been spiking tonight.
Yep.
2 6s and a 3 on that.
Yeah, Luca.
I'm going to step back so I have reach with my reach weapon. Go ahead and swing away. Say that it was already with flanking, so 16 to hit.
16 will not hit.
Okay, that's fine. I am power drained.
My AOL.
Yep.
So that's 27 with flanking.
27 with flanking will hit.
All right, so that will be 15 silver damage.
All right, it is still alive.
Cool. Probably not too happy though.
I would remind the class that I do have combat reflexes, so if it tries to run away from me, I get another attack.
Oh, it's actually just going to 5-foot step.
Fair.
And slam, but does not confirm the crit, I believe.
Yeah, I got higher AC than that. So.
But you take a negative level.
Yep.
Still better than fighting ghouls.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Vicky.
All right.
Vicky with 5, 10, 15, 20,
Oh, Vicky, you're so fun. You're so fun.
30.
You blow my mind. Hey, Vicky.
Hey,
Ah, yes, spoken word.
hey, Vicky.
That you do know that was difficult terrain, right, Vic?
Is it?
Yeah,
It is
because we're walking on
difficult
top of
terrain,
corpses.
so half speed
All right.
across the corpses.
All right, so get me back over this way then. 5, 10, 15, 5, 13. I don't want to really step on the corpses anyway. And he will shout a blistering invective at this fellow. DC
All right.
17 reflex.
I don't think you make a reflex on this. Don't you make an intimidate against it to demoralize it?
Intimidate first, yes.
Yeah, demoralize and
And then it has to make the reflex save.
yeah.
So 1d10 demoralized damage of fire.
Do you know the DC calculation for demoralize?
I believe it's 10 plus hit die plus wisdom.
Odd.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So yeah, that would do it then.
All right, so 9 fire damage, and then reflex save, or he catches fire. And save DC is a 17.
You shout out your blistering invective, and he bursts into flames and dies.
I say my yells never did that.
Teaches him not to pay his taxes.
You you give him a stern talking to about living in an abandoned property and how squatters' rights aren't real rights.
Property taxes build the backbone of this society.
Technically speaking, the dead don't have to pay taxes.
Let's not get bogged down in semantics.
But he's not dead. That's the point.
I'm gonna take a quick bio.
But yep, you guys killed all of the vampires in this alleyway, so that is the end of that combat.
It's always the toy stores that have the undead in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just look at Chucky.
Guess we should investigate. Make sure it's only these 4, not more waiting to come back.
So I believe we're going to be waiting for Gamba to come back from pissing.
Yep.
Or shitting. I can't judge. So I have session 0 for my new campaign tomorrow. Good old Final Fantasy themed stuff.
So is it set in like Final Fantasy setting? Or
It's like loosely inspired by Final Fantasy. It has like a lot of the races. I'm using like a class system they have for that Final Fantasy D20 website I showed you guys.
Cool.
Which is basically just Pathfinder, but Final Fantasy. I will say the classes in that are a lot stronger than the Pathfinder classes, and that's not even counting the limit breaks they can do. Like Black Mage can literally just, when they get to half health, cast 2 spells in the round for at least one time. Yeah, they get to be able to do a double cast with their limit break.
I'm back.
Yo. Was anyone else gone, or was it just Gamba?
I'm still here.
Is Cope still here, though? Sounds like no. Pretty sure he uses every chance he can to piss.
Yep.
I was peeing.
He's like the Schrodinger's cat of piss.
Schrodinger's pisser.
I realized, I think this is the first time in all the years I've done this I've actually ever used a silver weapon on a vampire.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job of setting you up with the stuff you should have.
All right, I'm back.
Just even before, I think, even before the mission underwater, I think you guys had found a potion of water breathing somewhere. So
Yeah.
I think they try to write them so that, it sort of pushes you in the direction, even when it's kind of in a way that you wouldn't expect.
Mm-hmm. Well, Barrel Walker's going to want to investigate this abandoned toy store that these
Yeah.
vampires were clearly using as a nest.
Indeed.
Sure.
At the very least, to ensure it's just these four and not more of them waiting to come back.
Actually, before we move forward, can I do a knowledge religion to see how much Barrow would know as comparison to real life Gombo? As far as like these were spawned, that means there's a big vampire somewhere.
Huh?
I was saying, can I do a knowledge religion to see how much Barrow would know about vampires? Because I, out of character, know that these were vampire spawn. But it's entirely possible that Barrow might not know the difference between a full vampire and a vampire spawn.
Yeah, you can give me the roll.
21?
With a 21, you can determine that these are not full-strength vampires. At the
Yeah.
very least.
So I'll just voice that as a warning to the group that we should be on guard that there's probably a master vampire somewhere, if not here within the city. Nothing else.
Hmm. How many spawn can a vampire have?
I have no idea of knowing that.
That is troublesome.
All right. Well, who's going into the shop first?
We should investigate.
Looks like Luca and Barrow are.
Merrick will go in the middle.
All right. Walking into the workshop here. You guys see dozens of glass eyes, crooked and crazed, from the heads of malformed, half-carved dolls lining the skewed workroom shelves. A decent amount of the toys in this building have been gnawed by rats to a point where they'd be fully unable to be given to a child as a gift. They're just ruined. They've been out for so long without anyone seeing after them. There is a rickety trap door in the corner in one of the corners. There lies the drying corpse of an old bald man amid the wood chips, rusty tools, and oily rags of the workshop.
I'll go examine the old man.
Thank you, Vic.
I was gonna say, Merrick, do you want to help with the body too, and the rest of us can just do like a general perception around the room,
Yeah.
just examining like shelves, dressers, and stuff.
Vic, why are you trying to eat that doll?
But had something in my teeth. It was just gonna pick it out with the end of the hand of the. Why? When did I pick this up? It drops it.
Okay, give me a perception check, Barrow and Merrick, as you look at the body.
All right.
Okay.
25. Now the good rolls come.
19.
All right, you both got high enough to discover the 8 puncture wounds up and down his neck, as well as a ring of small keys, including presumably a set that would have gone to the shop's front door, but also a set of keys that you don't recognize. You're not sure.
Do I have a rough idea with a 27 heal check of how long he's been dead?
He would have been dead for maybe a week and a half.
Okay.
He's been dead for a good while.
Mhm.
Just sitting in here.
I'm gonna look up at all the creepy dangling toys. Do any of them have like a long wooden limb that could perhaps be inserted into a heart? Because unless Merrick voices the medical thing, I'm going full Van Helsing rules of stake just to be safe.
Man, sounded like he was in a chair. There might be nice 4 legs right there. You can
Oh,
hack
well then, yeah, I'll just do that. So, Merrick, as you are examining the body, Barrel Walker just upends the chair and kicks a leg out of it to snap it into a steak.
Oh, okay. Good idea.
Yeah,
Flip the
there you go.
corpse onto its back, and I flip my silver dagger around, and I start hammering, because it's not a quick process in reality.
Ooh.
Anyone who goes down into the trap door, that leads into a dirt floor crawl space about 3.5 feet tall, with the same dimensions as the room you guys are in. There is
I
not
don't
much
mind.
in here, but amid the numerous blocks of various types of mundane wood that the toy shop owner presumably used to make his toys are 4 simple but solid coffins. Dry gray soil fills the inside of each.
Probably should just bring those out into the sunlight.
Yeah, we killed 4, didn't we?
Yep.
Bring
Did
them out to the sun,
spawn-
pop the tops, let them be there for a while.
Did the spawn have to sleep in caskets?
Pretty sure.
Out of character, yeah.
Yes.
I feel like
Um,
that at least would be like a common like myth about vampires, regardless of like
Yeah.
knowledge about vampires.
The
If
way
we-
I would
I mean,
play
I feel like-
vampires in basically everything is because the players know so much about vampires, you're never surprising them with vampires.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, and people, I mean, they were superstitious back then. That's when this
like
kind of
Asterion.
stuff was made.
It's ridiculous. Like he crawls off into the woods, you come back, and there's a pig that's been drained of all its blood. Like immediately. Like if you didn't know he was a vampire by the pointy teeth, you knew it by the blood. So I think the best way to just play it up that vampires are scary folklore creatures and lore that people have ideas about already that roughly match up with what people know about them in real life.
Yeah,
That's why I feel like
I-
our characters would have the questions of like, so wait, did the spawn have to stay in the coffins too? Do the stakes work? Did garlic work? Like we've heard all the rumors, but you need someone like Barrow who passes
Yeah.
the knowledge test who actually knows the
Right.
facts.
Because that's the reason why I did the knowledge check, was just because I felt like the whole lesser vampire spawn versus a greater full vampire feels like nuanced knowledge, but I just jumped straight to staking them with wood because like that seems like someone's like, if you stick a wooden stake through their heart, that paralyzes them. Like that's easy to convey rather than there's actually a small kaleidoscope of vampiric subspecies.
Oh god. Yeah, everybody knows the wooden stake in the heart.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I
What's-
imagine the conversation's very much like, wait, so garlic does work? And Barrow's like, yeah, of course garlic works. And they're like, okay, so what about running water? And he's like, no, are you dumb? Running water?
It's actually the flower of garlic. A lot of people think it's the seasoning.
So it sounds like Vic wanted to drag the coffins out.
That was Luca. Vic's
Yeah.
not going to do the manual labor.
One of them.
Anyone want to? Sorry.
As you guys pop the lids on the coffins, those who are doing that, give me a perception check.
Right.
Also,
I'm
if any
still
magic
hammering.
people have it, probably do some detect magics as we're in here.
Yeah, we can hit that. Vic will go down in the crawl space since he's smaller than Merrick and shorter.
Ask the rats how it's going.
I don't know what you're talking about. They
That's
won't
out of
shut
character.
up. They won't shut up.
They're all talking about a show they watch called The Bachelor.
No, they're really into the Golden Bachelor these days.
It's all garbage.
So Merrick, as they drag this stuff around, you see that in that soil that's in the coffins, you see that there's some stuff peeking out of it. what appears to be some items they might have hidden in their coffins there.
All right, Merrick will say, hey, hold up. Looks like they have stuff and let's sift through this, and would start sifting through the soil for the valuables.
And again,
All
with,
right.
with everyone in our party who has magic, they could probably detect that there's anything magical as well.
So amid the soil, you find 3 leather pouches, which hold a combined 15 platinum pieces and 300 gold pieces. Give me, anyone who wants to can give me I'm trying to think. What would be a good roll to know where these coins are from?
Appraise, perhaps?
Appraise?
I was going to say
Appraise?
local or history or appraise, yeah.
Yep, any of those will work.
I feel like appraise is used so seldom that this is the time for it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why I didn't make the jump to 2nd edition.
I'll hit an appraise. If they're metals or gems, that'll be a 20.
I mean, gold's a metal.
Mm-hmm.
Is Michael still there?
I think he's probably looking up where the hell they came from.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I think he's having technical difficulties now. He is muted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yep, with that appraise check, Vic, you can tell that all of these coins are of Ustlavic minting.
Checks
Bad
out.
news. Yeah.
In addition, there is a ring of jumping, sculpted to look like intertwined brass spider legs, and a set of bone pipes of haunting.
I don't know what those do, but I've got 2 guesses on what the ring of jumping does.
It makes you so you can jump for days.
Haunting.
Okay, you have to do a perform check. Otherwise, it'll cause people to become frightened. Yeah, the other one is +5 to any acrobatics made to do jumps.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if no one else.
Yeah,
It
if you want it, you
gives
can
a
have it, but
plus-
I could also use it to offset the fact that I have penalties.
I would say it has to go to Barrow Walker because it gives
Yeah,
a
I'm fine with
+5 competence to acrobatics.
It's specifically for jumping, though.
For only
Yeah.
long jumping, but I'm sure I'll be Batmaning around roofs before I know it.
Never mind on my opinion then. I thought it was just +5 to
I mean,
acrobatics.
So,
I mean, to be fair, he seems like the best person for it anyway.
I mean, if you wanted to offset.
Nah, you can have it.
so you guys have searched through the workshop here, but there's also the toy shop that's up front.
Might as well check the place out.
Mm-hmm. Since
So
I
is it, like,
finished staking
out
this
here?
corpse.
All right.
Is it like up here where the door is?
They're not connected. You've got to go around.
Okay.
So
I
you
wasn't
gotta
sure
go
if it was
up.
on the map. So
Yeah, it's on the map. And the door is locked, but it'll be easy enough for you guys to get into anyways.
We got the key.
Kier puts his lockpicks away.
just dejected. But I'm a small folk. That's what I do. I assume Vic is coming with us, even though he's not near us on the map.
I think he's too busy gnawing on toys.
Sorry, I was updating the loot and the notes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Walking into the toy shop proper, you guys see an assortment of awkwardly stitched stuffed animals, poorly equipped toy soldiers, and dolls exhibiting a myriad of accidental deformities. Several heavy-looking kites dangle from the displays here, And there's a dollhouse that recreates Castle Corvosa. Other than that, you guys are able to find. Give me a perception check, anyone that goes in here.
Yeah.
Not that
Yeah,
hard.
I'm gonna perception on all the stuff hanging from the ceiling. Make sure there's not a trap.
13.
Looks like here's the highest perception at 25. Yeah, and we are detecting magic, so anything magic would pop up to us, but it's a toy shop, so I doubt it.
Creepy doors are a thing.
True.
Okay. So here you go. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell y'all, if we encounter a little golem animated doll, I'm snuffing the life out of it.
It just looks
could
up at
certainly
you,
try.
crooks its head. Daddy.
One of you that succeeded the check turns up a pathetically rusty lockbox from behind the counter. And it is locked, so if you guys want to open that up, it requires a disable device check.
All right.
Seems like
I'm
it
guessing-
belonged to the dude. Any of
Yeah.
his keys fit?
I'll toss the keys over to Kier. And I imagine he found it with the 25.
Yep. There is a small set of keys on there meant for opening this very lockbox. And inside, you guys find 2 gold pieces, 8 silver pieces, 22 copper pieces, a silver tooth worth 1 gold piece, and a brass key shaped like the symbol of Abadar and bearing the number 261. You guys can give me a knowledge, local, or religion check for that.
I would say I think Vic already knows it's a lockbox.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he's already in a
Yeah, I
semi.
mean,
Nick,
does
this
it
look
match?
important to you?
Definitely important to someone. He's going to pull out his key ring with a lockbox key on it. Is it similar in size and shape?
It's exactly the same, yeah.
Wait, all their
Yeah.
keys are exactly the same? What kind of security do these lockboxes have?
Well,
You're not
exactly
supposed
the
to know
same,
that.
except
Kill him.
for yours doesn't say 261 on it, of course.
No, it's not. It's completely different. Mine says 262.
What a coincidence.
Oh, sorry. Mine says 420.
Hmm.
I guess you can investigate this tomorrow. But probably just belongs to the guy that had owned this place.
What was it? A gold tooth?
I will post it in the chat.
Silver tooth, one gold piece, he said.
I was going to say, I'm not going to take the silver tooth.
Yeah, let me take these random odds and ends. These seem like very peculiar number of coins and a tooth. I'm going to put them all in one of those little leather pouches, emptied out of its gold, and with the key.
I trust you to be very businesslike with whatever we get, Vic.
$8.22.
Guess the remaining question is, should we report back to Cressida tonight, or have you guys do it tomorrow?
Well, are these the people that are these vampires the things that have been deposited in the bodies though?
No,
We might-
they've been being fed by the bodies.
Yeah, so we still need to watch for whoever's depositing them and figure out what's going on.
The corpse carts are. They've got some on the take. I'll get information out of them later. But for now, we should all be careful. Vampires are in play. The knights are even less safe than normal in Corvosa then.
I'll have to invest in some silverine for my arrows.
By the way, is it just a fun detail, or was there anything up with this dollhouse?
Oh, it's just a fun detail.
Okay. All I need to
Yeah.
know.
It also feels like a perfect replica, you know?
I was gonna say, there's a
thought-
perfect
that
replica
might
of
be-
the Castle Corvosa in there.
Probably the
People don't see
outside, not
moving.
the inside.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah, exactly. That's what I'm referring to. If
I'm
it's
gonna
in
make an
the inside,
executive
then yeah, it's
decision.
F.
I'm taking that dollhouse for my daughter. Calling that
Good
There you go.
call. Good
like
call.
it's just gonna rust here anyway, so pick it up and I'm just like, we're going anyway.
Detect magic in all the rooms one more time, just to make sure we didn't miss anything, especially in the crawl space underneath.
You guys,
Okay.
you guys got everything.
Watch the dollhouse actually has some sort of artifact in it that will only progress the necromantic studies of her.
And just because it's not technically stealing, I leave down a couple gold as I leave to
The
pay for the.
shopkeeper's super dead.
It's really not stealing. At this point, you're just putting an item back into circulation. Your daughter will grow old, tire of it, and
Well,
it will probably be
The
sold
people
at
of the
the
god of
secondary
bureaucracy
market.
have spoken. I take my coins back and I keep the dollhouse.
It's pretty bad when the true neutral and the avatar banker dude are like, yeah, you really don't have to pay.
It's not doing anything here.
Man, it's gonna be super tragic when I have to kill Luca's daughter later.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me, Richard. 8 puncture wounds on his neck.
Yeah, but this is just a toy box, basically. I mean,
Yeah,
I doubt
I'm
they were
just-
here. I doubt they were here for the skills of this guy. Otherwise, they wouldn't have left him dead.
So all 4 hate this dude.
All 4 of them at
Vampires.
once, apparently.
Vampire spawn aren't exactly that's the word I'm looking for.
Subtle.
Fancy about it. You know, like this is out of character talk. Full on vampires will talk about blood like it's vintages and personal taste. Spawn are like pigs at a trough.
So going back to the dead body pile,
Mm.
that half of them had been drained, Michael. Were they, dumb question, obviously they were dumped here and then drained by the vampires,
That's the way it
but
looked.
how did they get onto the pile? I guess they died of the blood plague, but they still had blood in them, and then they were drained of the vampires in the pile. Like, my question is, why did we mistake living people and put them in the carts and bring them here to feed the vampires? Or were they dead? They just had enough blood in them to be drained.
I think it's a vulture situation where they're
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And
We
it's
gotta
also
figure out who's
and it's also
dumping
important to
the cart.
remember that those carts pick up other people that don't die of the plague as well. There's just probably
Yeah.
more dead people.
True. Bring out your dead.
Yeah, exactly.
So now we've got to question the people pushing the carts and just follow the chain of command up, I believe. They
Well,
obviously
well,
aren't.
We can go through that. Probably not until at least the next night, so we can shift over the calendar one
Mhm.
as we conclude. Oh, not the whole map.
Yeah.
And this is a 2 casting day, I believe, for the delayed disease. Does our energy drain go away after a rest?
It
think-
is a negative level, so you treat it as a negative level. So
Yeah, so we need to do a save for it.
And let me do the 2 cast Loki because I get 3 spells of 2nd level.
Okay.
And that way we both at least have 1.
Does it have a DC listed on their character sheet? Because
Just the
you need to.
monster spec specifically says you get an initial saving. Get an initial saving throw.
Let's see.
Yeah, it says we got a saving throw each day to remove it, so we just need to know what the DC from the spawn was.
I swear, energy drain is one of the most confusing things.
Negative
Yeah.
levels remain until 24 hours have passed or until they are removed with a spell such as Restoration. If a negative level is not removed before 24 hours have passed, the afflicted creature must attempt a Fortitude save of 10 plus half the racial hit die of the creature, doing the draining plus its charisma modifier. Should be given in its descriptive text.
Can you do lesser restoration?
No, lesser restoration helps with I was just looking at it helps with the ability damage, fatigue, and stuff like that, but not.
It's not, specifically says does not restore permanent
Okay.
drain.
Okay, I got the DC.
Okay, so it's a Fortitude save.
Yep.
I might actually pump out my Harrow die for this because I think I can use it to re-roll if I fail. Yeah, because that's what the Harrow's good for this one.
Barrow succeeds.
I'm good.
I'll use guidance for this. Guidance works for saving throws,
Saves.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. So +1 to this.
You have a
I'll-
re-roll from your Harrow point. If you
Yeah.
want to do that.
I'll tap my hero point to reroll.
You also have 2 negative levels, I believe, Merrick.
this
No,
will
I was
recover.
only hit once.
Yeah, I was almost hit twice, but I
Uh,
passed because they were glued. So.
Are you sure? I thought for sure I got you when they dropped, and then the second time.
Yeah, someone got hit twice, but it might have been Merrick.
Pretty sure it was Merrick.
It was Merrick, but I thought he passed the first drop hit. Or no,
No.
that was the only drop hit that he got.
So yeah,
And
Merrick
then
is
he
now
stayed
down
away
to
from
1
everyone.
energy
And
drain.
then
Yeah, because he had 2 at the end of that. So that means you're down to 1, Merrick.
Okay. When did the second one hit? When was the second
so
hit?
the first one was the first attack when you.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the second one was when it jumped
Jump from the
reinforcement
roof.
jumped from the roof and hit you.
I thought I rolled an 18. Or was I thinking of something else?
You're thinking of something else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I do remember you reducing taking the damage and stuff. So
And
Okay.
if you took the damage, then you took the negative level because there's no save.
Okay.
Right.
So
yeah. So
okay,
you're just
I'm
at 1
energy
right
drain.
now.
Okay.
Um,
Out of curiosity, how long does your Blessing of the Watch last?
This level 5 hours.
Okay.
Vic,
Is
I
that-
think you had a negative level 2, didn't you?
I don't think he was ever hit.
I don't think so.
Did
I
he
don't
ever
think
get
I ever
hit?
got hit.
Yeah.
I know they attacked me once and it hit, and I took 1 negative level. That's what I rolled for.
Yeah.
So-
Same.
If I ever got hit, I definitely was not paying attention.
You didn't get hit. I clearly
You
remember being
did
like,
not
man,
get hit.
you and
I just
Kier
popped
just
over.
had no damage on.
I just
Mhm.
popped over to the other page. You didn't get hit.
And I was saying, eventually, when you get high enough blessed, you could probably, for Blessing of the Watch, you could probably just cast that with the extend and just have 24 hours of just sheer +1. It'll be a
Yeah,
while,
that's
but that's a
Such an
thing. a side-
awesome spell.
Yeah. It only works while we're in the city, but for this kind of
Mm.
campaign,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've wanted it forever, and this is the only campaign where it makes sense to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pathfinder's got a few of those spells that are very situational but can be fun. I know there's a lot of nautical and ship related ones, so I'm sure they'll all come out of the woodwork in Skull and Shack.
So we start this next day here. You guys got a couple of leads to go. You could go and talk to Cressida Croft. You can just wait until the night comes again and try and jump some of these.
I feel like at
Mystery.
least updating her on what we found there is a good idea.
If you guys want to, I'm more interested what's in the deposit box.
And then, there's still that whole wonder cure that definitely totally 100% works as intended.
Mm-hmm. An aspect to pick up a sample of.
Yeah.
I mean, unless something else happens, I'm spend my day again on the project, so get some of the craft alchemy.
All right.
I imagine we just do a quick stop off to let her know that we killed some vampire spawn and stuff, but we don't have to really act out a scene about that.
Mhm. Well, also that we found where they're dumping the bodies.
Yeah.
Unless it's a
So
big
30.
Yep, you knock it out of the park for today, but you've got to just finalize your formula with that, and you'll have something that maybe can help out around the city.
Yeah, without sounding like a broken record, Luca's probably just getting ready to participate in the rite of being a Hell Knight. So.
Yep.
I'm just gonna hang outside the Bank of Abadar like a creeper until Vic opens that deposit box and tells me what's in there.
Vic's on his way back to the bank. He's going to go perfume shopping.
If you approach me with like a glass bottle of perfume, I am slapping it out of your hand.
So is that you saying you're gonna go to that perfumery you heard about?
He is going to go to the perfumery that he heard about.
Lavender's actually, sorry, that's the name of the tincture. The name of the shop is Lavender and Vindra.
He's going to walk in and
I swear it's the vamp.
or head to that shop. See
Yep.
if he can find it.
Yep, it's easy enough. There's a crowd outside, a sign advertising the luxuriant liniment for a mere price of 2 gold pieces, but there is a whole line going outside of the building.
Well, he's going to walk past the line, head on in, walk up to the front, and see. I demand to speak with the shop owner.
Okay. So when you get up to the front, you see a woman there handing out these vials of whatever liquid this appears to be. And she tells you that she's afraid you're going to have to wait at the back of the line and that it's first come, first serve.
I need to speak with the proprietor of the shop. As a governor of trade in this city, I may be about to shut your shop down. I'm going to use a bluff. Flash a whole bunch of Bank of Abadar shit at her.
This is
It'd be a
Max.
22 +1 for study
All right.
target.
So you're like flaunting your badge or whatever?
Yep, absolutely. We're checking on the viability of the trade that she is peddling on these poor, innocent people, and we need to ascertain the truthfulness. We will not be stealing any items, but it is upon us to see if what you're selling holds water.
It's probably mostly water.
It's a liquid, so I don't know how it can hold water.
Puts 2 gold pieces on the counter.
I
will not take your item from you, but it is very important that we check this out.
She says, in fact, no, she doesn't say. There's someone that you haven't noticed until now, but a third person sitting here at the front who says, well, if you need an unbiased opinion, it didn't cure no plague for me, but it soothed the pain in my bad leg.
Cuts him a look and with it throws an intimidate at him with just a glance. I'll have that
26.
bottle now.
So what's that intimidate to do?
Shut the old guy up that cured his bad leg.
So what are you saying to him?
Show the room that I mean business. Nothing. It was purely
Oh,
an intimidating glare. Yeah.
Yeah.
His stern gaze.
Oh yeah. Throw the stern gaze in there. And looks back at the woman. I'll have that bottle now.
He's gonna blister and invective the crowd.
We're about to go nuclear up in this piece. I just want a fucking piece of snake oil.
Well, I killed
Reef
everyone in
claw
the
oil.
shop.
He
Excuse you.
turns us around and she says, I'm sorry. The Bank of Abadar does great things for this city, but during a plague, I simply can't break the rules and let you cut in line in front of all these people. Getting cured now could be the difference between life and death. And you showed up hours after we opened.
All right, he's going to turn his intimidate on her and say, ma'am, I'm about to shut your shop down. Oh, no!
Comedic timing at its finest.
She gives a bit of a whistle and she calls in these two strong-looking humans, maybe we're dock workers or something, and she says, excuse me, fellas, will you lead our good banker friend here to the back of the line?
Yeah. I'll be back with the paperwork. We'll shut this whole fucking place down. And he leaves. Angry.
Just make sure you get here early next time.
Eat my dick. Bankers don't have to be polite.
That's Cope's way of life.
There's a difference between a banker and a teller.
Yeah.
There's the difference between a repo man and a teller.
He's gonna go out there and get her shop rezoned.
All right, now he'll head back with the key to a lockbox.
All
and
right.
knowledge that he's about to open up a secret treasure that will benefit all of society.
Yes, he was concocting a cure for Bloodveil before the plague even happened. Y'all kept it in his Abadar lockbox. Yes. The lockbox.
Break seal.
So, opening up the, you take it to, you don't even take it to a clerk because you are the clerk.
Yeah, I know where they are. I can roll.
You find in the lockbox 68 gold pieces, a set of masterwork thieves' tools, a pair of boots of striding and springing, and a sheaf of papers detailing the creation of dozens of poorly designed toys.
Out of character, I really want those boots. For
Yeah,
my
by all
overrun
means.
build, those are like bread and butter for me.
All right,
So I will
knowing
fight
that this
anybody.
man is deceased, he
Yeah,
will,
you've essentially discovered his life savings here.
knowing that this man is deceased, he will take these items out of the lockbox. He will write down on a spare piece of paper everything that was in there. He'll put that
I owe you.
back into the lockbox, the list of items. Close the lockbox up. Put them all in one of the bags we have there for customers who are coming to take items out. There is privacy involved. He will take these back to his room. Start making a list. And I can't remember. He had a lockbox too, where he was keeping a bunch of shit that we had previously found. So he'll move them to his lockbox, and he's going to go to the records of who owned box 261 and look up their name and see if they have any next of kin on the next day. He's going to have to research that.
Okay.
Looks like we're gonna have to physically assault some wagon operators.
So yeah, unless you guys have anything else you want to do today, we can get straight to assaulting some wagon operators.
Yep. Before we do get into any fights, does anyone object to me taking those boots?
No, by all means.
Hold on, those boots are in Vic's lockbox. So when we come back, are we hitting the wagons tonight?
I think that's what we were
Yep.
jumping to. That's why I was asking
I
now.
mean, if you guys aren't, I'm going to.
Yeah.
Just in conversation as we come out, he'd say he'd share everything that was in the lockbox and say, tomorrow I'll research the owner of the lockbox to make sure they have no next of kin. But given that no one's been to the building or given any care to the toy manufacturer, I doubt there is. It's a shame those items just sit forever in our vaults and never get recirculated.
Luger just shrugs and be like, "We don't know. One of those vampire spawn could have been his son. Could have been really
True.
tragic."
True. There were only a way that we could get those items back into circulation.
Can we wear them? Just use it?
I mean,
Sell
they're
it.
just going to sit in my vault until claimed, unless I had a fair trade for them. If I don't know, I feel like Abadar is sitting on something there where we could. Well, it's not up to us to present a storefront for those items.
I feel like he's trying
Out
to
of-
lead us somewhere.
Out of
Mhm.
character, fucking offer me a piece of gold for the goddamn boots.
No.
Okay, god damn it.
Besides,
I mean, Barrow Walker, you've helped with some of our picking of locks and such. Would you give 10 silver pieces for the Masterwork Thieves tools?
I pull out my Masterwork Thieves tools.
Hmm. See, that's what I get for even trying.
Wait, are you trying to sell things to us?
He's trying to
I'm
sell
just
a dead man's possession, so he
I
can
could I
serve
could sell
himself.
you my services of healing for the night.
Out of character. I know you didn't mean that to sound
Yeah,
sexual.
yeah.
That sounded really sexual.
Yeah. I said it like, oh,
I feel like
No,
it's
that
an
didn't come out quite
in-character
right.
thing where
Yeah.
you realize halfway.
I'm not trying. So out of character,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get money from you. Offer me like a feather or something. Just a trade for.
I just
the
go through my
item.
bags. I have some vermin repellent I could trade you
How
for
about
something.
a kind word?
Vermin repellent, yes, and I mean, what the fuck are you going to use that for?
I don't know. It's not like I had to fight any spiders. Hey, jokes on our you.
Yes,
Jokes are on
I
you
will
guys.
take
I never
that.
had to fight those spiders that were like the swarms.
Oh my
I was too
I
far
will
away.
take the vermin.
God,
Yes,
that
I
is
will
fucking
take.
brilliant.
I
Oh.
require all of the vermin repellent any of you have. And wait right here. I'll go get those boots for you right now.
Microaggression.
I guess I'll give you some coins for the Masterwork Thieves tools.
Sure.
As the ones I have once.
Here you go.
You
Here's a
have
bottle of Raid.
Look, let me back up. I'm not trying to profit from this. I just feel like there has to be a trade given my tenants. But yes, I'll take all of that raid and destroy it. And here are these boots. And here are these Masterwork Thieves tools. Here. And since we are doing good for the city, I think it'd be wise that the gold pieces go into our party funds, so to speak, for gaining information and such.
Sounds reasonable.
Sorry to bog down the game, but
Although,
just trying to keep in character.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
would
of
like to
course, yeah.
try to buy some coating to silver some arrows.
All right. Are you
that's
going
good.
to
The weapon blanch.
Yeah.
contact people through Barrow, or are you gonna try and find your own people? In which case, you need to give me some sort of role that you think could justify tracking down someone who can silver your stuff during a plague.
Well, to be fair, he's looking for an alchemical item called Weapon Blanch. I
Yeah.
knew a blacksmith who just gave me silver.
In fact, I might reach out to Kier. And
Buy from
ask
his shop.
ask if if he could make and sell some to me.
I could certainly give it a try.
You could flavor that as you're having him craft it, and you can pay him, like the crafting costs. Because I think that's something the Kier can do is just as an alchemist be able to make alchemy stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And silver specifically.
And the vermin repellent.
Yeah, if we were to just say,
What'd you say about the vermin
you're
repellent?
playing the alchemist.
That
How does your crafting of this sort of thing work? Or is it? I don't know. I've not played an alchemist yet.
Well, strictly speaking, the crafting process in Pathfinder's kind of bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of just homebrew, like decide on things when I do crafting stuff.
I know
One roll
the
each.
base.
Because it looks like it has the base DC of 20. You can just say it takes a day of work to make it DC 20 if it works, and if not, it wastes the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like you're doing mass crafting with like wondrous items and stuff. So this is
Is that
just
good for everyone?
Yeah, that's good with me.
that was just a suggestion, but I like it.
Yeah,
Even
I
one
like it.
dose can cover 10 arrows. So
Yeah.
So you can give me a craft alchemy here. Did you pass? If I'm correct.
Yep.
That only costs 2 gold to make, it looks like. So
Sweet.
Da-da-da-da.
And I will then use that to silver 10 of my masterwork arrows.
Got them all nice and silvered.
Mm-hmm. Shiny.
my shiny teeth that sparkle.
All right. So it's not going to be too much of an affair for you guys to actually track down these guys. You go by Racker's Alley again, and this night they do actually come by, and you see them dump the bodies in, and they appear to be just the normal Corvosan guard who are sometimes charged with this kind of thing.
And the guards are just dumping the bodies.
Yep, just dumping them and walking off with the wheelbarrow.
I mean, if no one else objects.
yeah, I looked at Luca and give like that nonverbal "you or me." Like,
So I'm gonna go ahead and do an intimidation to see how commanding my presence is when I approach them. 20. That's not too bad. But he basically screams out, "What the hell do you think you're doing?" As he kind of marches up in his most authoritative guard like stance.
Oh, when he pushes over the guy next to him, he says, "This idiot knocked over the wheelbarrow.
I look
Go
over
pick
at the
him up,
pile.
idiot."
I look over the pile of bodies several times.
He's a clumsy guy. What can I say?
I believe you should stay here and talk. There's something going on here, and we've had some disturbances nearby. Some of the bitey variety.
keep about 10 feet of distance, but I start circling around behind them.
Do you mind explaining what you're doing here? No lies this time, please.
And they would it would basically come down to, in the interrogation, pure laziness. They didn't want to walk across the entire city to transport bodies from one end to the other where the gray district is. So they've started using this shortcut, and no one goes to Racker's Alley anyway, so...
Discern lies?
Yeah, I'll do a sense motive.
No, I mean, I can use discern lies as an inquisitor now.
So you can just tell if they're lying.
Yeah, to tell if they're lying.
Yeah, they are telling the truth. It is... It appears
Check
the vampires were merely taking advantage of the situation with the bodies.
Yeah, it's the worst thing I could have discovered. It is the vice of all city downfall.
So Vic does
Absolute
confirm that it's
pure
laziness.
Laziness.
So when Vic confirmed that it was just laziness, Luca just looks back over them. So I'll give you two options. You're getting punished either way. Either I escort you and you turn yourself in and tell your commanding officer that you've been slacking on the job, or I break 2 fingers from both of you and you can go on your way after you pick up all of these bodies. Basically give them the choice of immediate punishment, but no dock and pay, or they have to report what they're doing and get docked and pay.
Yeah, and we'll say one of them takes you up on the offer, one of them doesn't.
So I break his fingers.
One of them's a little bit too much of a pussy.
Yep. And then
Are you kidding? I could
Luca
find
would literally
another
just lead him.
job. Don't break my fingers.
Then Luca would just literally lead the other guy to his commanding officer and turn him in.
Mm.
Whether the funny thing is, by doing this, they don't face much repercussions from the guard right now. So the other guy kind of took the brunt of the deal.
So it's the guy whose fingers you broke. You just let away scot-free, right?
Yeah, I basically just told him to finish loading the wheelbarrow up and take care of all the bodies now, and I won't report you. And I take the other guy.
So can I memorize his face? You should have taken option 1.
Hey, I don't see it. It doesn't matter to me.
Cause I'll find him later and he won't live.
So the other guy was actually the smart one.
Yeah, the other guy was actually the smart one.
This is the most evil campaign ever.
We're unintentionally so mean.
Hey, I call this a true neutral move. The other guy let himself be turned in, so I'm letting him go. It's totally fine. The other guy I'll give, what was it? Nah, I won't do it in a brutal way. Or that thing where they cut your throat and pull out your vocal cords to a necktie. Nah, I'll just do it quick and clean.
It's a quick bonk on the head, stab in the heart.
Mm-hmm. 2 coins on the eyes and I'm out.
We need to have a trademark way you kill people, like just random people that you're doing justice
Barrow's
upon.
way ahead of you.
2 coins on the eyes, man.
Well, other than the 2 coins in the eyes. But no, I like it. This is a very fun dynamic of a party we have.
Yeah.
Okay, our thing is we can kill them kosher.
No. I only commit murders in the most humane way possible. I just psychologically undermine them till they commit suicide.
Oh god.
Anyway,
A cyber bully over here.
Yeah, so I'll mark up that on one of my free times I need to kill that guard, but not right now.
Okay. The good guys, folks.
the neutral guys.
Saved more people than I've killed, pointing that out right now.
Just gotta keep that balance.
Scoreboard.
Listen, true neutrals are hard alignment to play, especially a religious true neutral.
Yeah.
So we don't really have much
good guy
time
for a bad guy.
to get much into anything else for that day. So we will start the next game on the 22nd of Eridus.
Nice.
Was there any remains left of the vampire spawn?
I would have to see. I would think yes. I think
Okay.
the remains are there unless they're killed by like the sun.
It always varies so much from fantasy fiction to fantasy fiction. Like, when in doubt, I like to do what they say in Vampire the Masquerade, where when a vampire dies, just all the time that they've been mortal for instantly catches up with them. So if you've been a vampire for a week, you just look a week old. But if you're thousands of years, then you just dust instantly. Which I always like that idea.
Mhm.
Let's see.
Because I've come across that spell on the spell list.
Yeah, I thought there was a way to find their maker.
Oh wow, that's a really early level to get this kind of ability.
Right.
But it's thematic because,
Mhm.
you know, it ain't going to be easy at level 1 to get to the undead master.
Mhm.
I might point that way and you will die.
When vampires die, do they turn to dust? Specifically in Pathfinder. This is a very easy thing to find, guys.
Yeah.
That might be a DM rolling thing.
Yep.
I'm just worried this is going to lead us into like a book 4 assault.
Right.
So what are you trying to do with it?
So with that, I could use the spell Carrion Compass that causes a portion of the undead's body to lead the way to its recent controller or the cause of the creature's undeath.
So if whatever vampire turned them into a vampire spawn, it would lead you to them.
To the creator.
Okay, given that there's nothing on any vampire's sheet that says that its body is destroyed when it's killed,
Mhm.
I'm going to say that the body remains until it's exposed to sunlight.
And that's why it was in that alley, because it was specifically always dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was the description of the tall
And it looks like it
buildings and
gets
the
a
wall.
will save. So I imagine that's the target you're trying to find, or is it the creature?
Yay, vague wording.
I would say that since you're trying to divine where a creature is, it would be the save of the vampire that spawned the vampire spawn.
Okay, let's see. You animate one of the target's fetid organs so that it leads you to an undead creature's most recent controller or the cause of the creature's undeath. The organ, typically the heart, brain, or eyeball, floats in front of you at chest level slowly. Leads you to the undead's creature. Blah, blah, blah. You said that twice.
Always
Always staying within your range of vision. If the creature from which organ... The undead was animated by an effect. Well,
Target is one
target
undead creature.
is the undead creature that's dead. So in this case, can you use this on a dead undead?
Well, it says it's that
Yeah.
which created it.
Yeah, it says target one undead creature.
You animate one of the target's fetid organs.
So I
Yeah.
imagine the will save
But-
would probably be the creature. Is probably similar to like
Yeah.
animate or speak with dead and all that.
So the will save would be the will save of the vampire spawn, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause
That was what I was confused by.
It uses the word target to describe it, and then target up above. So, is that what you're doing?
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and we'll probably wait till nightfall, just so that when we harvest and use it, it doesn't burn away the instant.
Oh yes, hunting
There's
down the vampire at dark.
Classic.
Well, we could try during the day. We just have to Cover it with something.
Umbrella.
I feel like it just instantly dissolving when it destroys the sun just kind of it hits the sunlight, kind of undermines the entire point of the
Yeah.
spell. That's approaching that one D&D game I played where I had the ability to speak to animals, and then the DM's like, yeah, but they don't understand English, so they can't tell you anything. I'm like, then why do I have a speak with animal ability?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the
During the day, just keep it under an umbrella.
Was it
I
in
love-
that
I love-
remake of Dr. Dolittle where they had the
Mhm.
Spanish gorilla or orangutan? Whatever.
Actually, it might
We-
be better just to get put a cloth over it, just so that we're not just following aimlessly
I
as
think we're
going
just
through
doing
the
it,
streets.
I think it.
Okay.
I don't think we need to cover up the vampiric organs to destroy it in sunlight because it's already dead.
Yeah, just throw a sheet over it to be safe.
Just draw little eyes on it, give it Halloween candy.
Oh, like a little napkin and give it black eyes like a little ghost floating around.
Yeah, like a little ghost.
I
The
know,
vampire
just-
hunters have come with a ghost.
Just a little less weird than
Halloween.
a floating brain or eye or
Oh.
heart.
God.
we can
It's
assume
kinda
that
weird.
the spell's made to be used on undead. I imagine it provides some sort of
Yeah, that's
protection.
that's what I was saying.
A smart wizard would have made the spell protect a vampire's organ from the sun.
Okay.
Now
perfect.
there is one caveat to the spell. The organ cannot travel more than 5 miles from the spot where you cast the spell.
I don't think that'll be much of a problem.
I mean, it's a big city, so.
Just throwing that out there so that Michael's not like, all right, well, you track him all the way to the mountains.
All right, fine. Okay, get 4 hearts from the 4. We'll daisy chain this shit.
Yeah.
But we will resolve that at the beginning of next session, where that will
Okay.
lead you. Maybe on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was reading through what spells are available for undead fun stuff, and I'm like, ooh, that's really helpful right now.
Potentially, yeah. Or maybe it's the reddest pairings. We'll find out in 2 weeks or more.
Bum, 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 and scene.
Roundabout begins to play.
I like how that recording is going to end with Cope saying end scene.